Alrighty, race 2, the final race of the night, a split green. We're at Imola. This is always an absolute barn burner. So you don't want to look away now. We've still got 34 cars, a bit of gaps. Will we see a clean race? I think we will. I'm happy, I'm confident. Let's get back further here. Just wait for the lights to go green. There's a bit of a delay here at the Imola, especially on the race 2. We wait, and we're away. Nice start from the Porsche. It absolutely mugs that Nissan and we're dead. We've lasted 12 fucking meters, and then you've done this. You're literally 6 wide. What is wrong with you?
This is the owner of the community who cursed this race, everyone.
And thank you very much. That is how you curse a split. I'm your host, Mullock, and thank you for joining. See you next week.
He said he wanted to call it, but he cursed it. That's what's
the worst marshal in ACC.
Mario the Marshal.
Mario
is doing a perfect job.
Mario is a moron.
In his defense, who the fuck expects a yellow flag that soon after the start of the race?
But just to know how many cars he hits.
Nothing to see here. Everything's fine. Green flag. Keep coming through. Keep coming through. No, you're right. You're right. You're right. Keep coming. Keep coming. No, Mike. No. We can't have a Honda through.
Hold on.
Yellow flag.
Uh-oh.
Slow down, guys. Slow down.
All of the time, you must leave the space.
I know, wife. He's given up. He's just said, nah, fuck this. Why am I at this track?
Smoko, please.
The good old days of Mullock screaming on commentary. That was back in season 6 of the Sprint Series here in OO. And here we are at Imola in season 19 of the Simrigs Sprint Series now. And joining me in the comms box for this lovely, what at the moment appears to be a wet quali session, may turn into a wet race, isn't in fact Jaden Rondinella, the overlay they're lying to. It's actually Sean Muller. Sean, how you going, mate?
I'm very well, Mr. Hobbs. How are you? You well? You good? Ready for an exciting race at Imola?
Oh, I'm always excited for a race of them, especially when it's wet. That certainly changes things up, and I'm already hyped up from that 12 meters clip at the start. That's that makes me crack up every time.
It's brilliant. Can't get commentary any better than that, honestly.
No,
well,
you can.
So I'm trying to warm up. I feel a bit.
Yeah.
I've been trying to warm up all day. It's like just to get in the mode, but yeah, it's a bit flat at the moment. But we'll be right. We'll get there. As this track, though, seriously, I love this place.
I find with Imola, there's not a really much of a in between of loving or hating. It's either you love it or hate it. There's no really middle ground here. I know a lot of people that don't enjoy it. They hate the whole track just for the sake of that middle chicane, which, look, that's fair enough. It's not great, but I think I love the track minus Aqua Mineral, I think I would say. But, that is, wow.
Yuck.
Burton's, that's yuck. I don't like the conditions of that. And he's got the TC wound right up too, so just shows how wet it is out on track. He's still on a valid though. That delta is just a lie, to be quite frank with you. But over the chicane that everybody loves or hates, let's have a quick look how the car acts. Yeah, pretty stable. Just didn't quite get the right positioning over that first part of the curb, but I mean, it looks like a fairly good run out of the part of the circuit. Oh, it's just so loose. That is. And late on the brakes, just gets it pulled up, can't hit the apex. If he can hit the apex here, gets the apex, he's going to get a good exit. Oh, with a bit of a slide. He's just all over the place here in the Honda. Holy mother of Mary.
That Honda looks like an absolute nightmare to drive. Just on the squirrely on the brakes on every application. Yeah, I reckon that's going in for a setup change. Like, no, I've had enough of that. So we get the jump across here to Callahan at the moment with the Dragon. But no, we're going to go to Merv. No,
we're going to go
JC.
everywhere.
We're going
He'll
all
know
over the
everywhere.
place.
I
JC,
mean,
he'll be loving these conditions.
oh, yeah, especially in the Nissan. He'll be one to watch out for. He just put in a banker, it's put him in a good spot. P5 at the moment. We will see a big, probably spread of pace in the wet. Some cars. Cricky, here he is. He's 2/10 up at the moment. P7 with a 48 at the moment, 48.0. So it's definitely not for the faint-hearted, the conditions out there at the moment. But speaking of not for the faint-hearted, that just go really deep. They couldn't get the car quite pulled up in time. But in 5 minutes only, an 10-minute quali session here. Or 12 minutes, I believe, somewhere along those lines. So there's not a lot of time to get a good lap in, let alone a valid lap, especially around here. I think we'll see possibly some drive-throughs for track limits, especially if it's wet, because the wet conditions certainly make the track limits a lot stricter in this game, which is not very nice. But let's continue on. Breno Ellis here is just maybe too wet to improve. That is certainly possible, and if that's the case, Ellis has got it. But yeah, it could be. It just depends if the rain's increasing or not. And if it is, that's going to be it. But we will see if we have Ellis. He's actually just pulling over. He reckons that that's actually it. And that's interesting, unless he's got his pressures wrong.
I reckon he's just comfortable. He's a red hot favourite for tonight, by the way. I don't think anyone's getting close to Ellis. But the race for second and third on the is going to be really. Monk's currently in second position, so that's a great drive from Silver Class driver, my Nords teammate. Good to see him up there.
So no bias, of course, no bias.
Absolutely none whatsoever. I will call it straight down the line. Get up there, son.
Yeah, I was going to say. Although you say that, and he almost threw it through Piratella there. That was not. That's not what you want. Fine. Oh,
that's definitely not fine.
No, that's not fine at all. Just lock the rears up there. You'll find most drivers have the brake bias very much towards the rear. In most parts, here is Hush Kumar. He's done a 47.1. He's only a couple of tenths off Nathan Monk at the moment. Can he be improving? Oh, even just the fact that he lost time into the braking zone tells me otherwise. Barbie. How do you pronounce that? Babby? Okay, we'll go with Babby.
The way to go. Yeah, Babby, I reckon it's the way to go.
If it's wrong, well, that's my fault. Second up. Okay. Hang on a minute. This will get some positions.
This is a good lap. Very good lap.
Oh, dry in 10, so it will actually be drying up. So those
47.6. That's a great lap from Babby.
Yeah, 5th position. Try again. I can't English today. Jamie Comboy. Here is JC the man. Oh, mother of goodness. He's not holding back. Currently P6 at this moment in time. We'll see. Oh, Jensen in front getting a bit slidey in the M4. We will see a couple, not all drivers, will be in different cars to what they would have been the previous 4 rounds, as there was an opportunity between round 4 and 5 to make a car swap. So you might see a couple of drivers, not too many made a swap, but some of them did. In Jensen's one of them, he jumped into the M4. So we'll see a couple of those changes. JC opting not to be out of the... Oh, and again, it just... That edge of the curb just brought the rear right around. He's got to pull that up at Aqua Mineral. Good exit. There's a lot of time. Here we go. And it's just getting drier, so they need to stay out as long as they can and ensure that they get the fastest time, especially with the drying conditions. It's not going to necessarily stop raining right now, but given that it's light, it should allow for the track to dry. You've got that easily seen dry line there following the racing. JC lost a 10.5 through that chicane. Probably played a little safe. Hopefully Jensen doesn't get in the way. It's a good amount of apex there. Let's see what happens round the technically second to last corner. That's a lot of curb, but wow.
He lost it. Yeah, it's lost a bit on the... I was just going to say, in the exit there, Ravat's is such an important corner as well.
Yeah, let's see where this puts him. P6 only up at 1 position at this point in time. Down onto Hayes now. He's 3 tenths up. So people starting to find time now, just with the easing conditions and in the police livery there. Clearly, a couple of people have the idea of police livery. My livery for the car I swapped to is a police livery as well. It's not a Japanese. Yeah, that's a lot of curb. All right, that's a bit too much. Don't do that. Yeah,
That's greedy.
that yes. JC
Ooh,
got a bit distracted by
wow.
Jensen going off. Let's hope that. Yeah, they lost him a 10th and a half. That would have put him, up into the top 5. But here we go. JC doing JC things. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. Is it a P1 lap? Ooh.
Oh,
It's
nice
just a bit
Piratella.
squirrely, but yeah. Got a good use of the curve through Akamineral. He was good through here before. Oh, he's a lot more confident. He really sent that this time, just gliding it through. That's beautiful. He lost a bit of time, but that looked majestic. Let's see if he's got some time through the chicane. He lost a 10th through here before. Let's hope he doesn't replicate that time loss.
Take some curb through.
Yeah, didn't quite get it pulled up. It's there. He's held it with about a couple of hundredths in stride. And that's the end of qualifying. So everybody on their lap will be finishing their currents. 6/10 up for JC now. Third to last corner. Oh, that's a nice use of the apex edge. Just enough curb to get the car rotated. Oh, that's going to be a lot of curb on the exit there. That's going to lose him some time, surely. It did, and he gained it back, though. Ooh.
Look at that.
Let's see. This is going to
very
be
good lap.
Top 3, I would have thought. Yes, second.
What a lap from JC.
Yeah, that's well done. Alice knew, though, that he came in with about 4 minutes ago. He knew that wasn't going to be topped, and he was right to be confident. Monk not going to get any more time. Smile, he was 6/10 up, but just lost it in the braking zone there in the third to last. And there's a couple of hundredths back to bring him 3/10 up. I mean, that'll put him way up. They're very close in this sort of area here. It's only a 10th between them. Let's see if it puts him top 15. It does in 14.
Good lap. Just looking here at Curtis, who's 0.8 up on his best lap at the moment. So this will move him way up the leaderboard in the big bad Mustang now. Make that 1.1 seconds up. Absolutely nailed Grassini's chicane there, but lost a heap on the exit. The thing with the Mustang, it can't get traction on the rear. It absolutely hates it. Nearly at 4 tenths just because of that exit. It's going to have to absolutely nail Ravazza here. Tries to break a little bit early, but again, just bleeding time. So that will not be improved.
Oh, he got
to be a 19th.
greedy again.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that Kung is done, or Kung, or however you pronounce that. So many new people in our hour. I lose track of how you pronounce. Oh, dry. Hello. But is it dry into wet?
Wow.
Where's the weather? I need the weather.
We need the rain, we need the weather. So, Super Sprint format tonight, 30-minute races, of course, and we'll have super qualifying after this to determine the grid spots from 11th down. So, always a interesting and fun format. As we look at some of these fantastic liveries, the, of course, Police GTR. Now, I believe that's a Peter Griffin Porsche. I've been.
It is. That's hilarious. That's fantastic. That
is very
cameraman
good.
Ben Hignett shaking his head, going, he's disappointed. That was a unicorn on that Lambo. I saw it. Scaletrix Bentley. That's pretty funny. That's Camp Thistlethwaite. Got to be. Anime Ferrari.
I like that. The Pioneer. Yes,
Pioneer,
Ferrari.
yeah.
Yes, that's very good. That was.
Yeah, I'm a simplistic person. I like minimalistic liveries like that. And there's Koala. It's Motorsport. More anime liveries. A lightning livery on the right. That's a nice purple on that Mustang, I must admit.
The Valvoline Aston. Gets me every time.
If I had the skills, I would recreate the V8 Supercars Volvo Valvoline livery. What a machine.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's true. The Volvo Super Series were awesome back in the day.
Oh, there's a Lilo and Stitch livery. What a shock. That works. Don't get me wrong, that works.
So you are watching the Simrigs.com OOR Sprint Series from Imola, round 5. Of course, a big thank you does go to our amazing sponsors at Simrigs.com for all your sim racing needs. Coming close to Christmas, so if you want to buy yourself something or a loved one something or myself something, I'm always up for gifts. Go see the guys at Simrigs.com. And if you're a patron, you get a 5% discount as well, which is pretty cool.
I bought a wheel face from them the other week.
Ooh, what side of wheel?
A circular one for my rallying, for my Sim Magic.
Oh, cool. Yes.
Rallying with a GT style rim is difficult, I discovered. So when the Black Friday sales come on, I said, I think I'll have that, thank you.
BMW, just stop there. Keep it on. So, 30 minutes around here. This is going to be intriguing, I think, especially if we've got weather. We don't know what the weather's going to do at the moment, but if we've got weather, that's going to spice things right up. Are they wipers on? They are wipers on.
I think that's someone forgetting they've got them on.
No, that's rain.
Oh, that's rain. Ooh, hang on. I hope no one's got... Oh, now, we didn't see what the conditions were at the start of the session. But if there wasn't rain and it started raining as they drove off, that is hilarious.
That is funny. Wow, that's going to spice things up, especially if they've... they get a warning, though, to change tyres, so they should be okay. But even still...
Yeah, they get a warning to change tyres once the track becomes of a certain condition. Once it goes damp, then they get wet tyres optimal. So, yeah, that'll be interesting.
Of course, this is Imola, great part of the world. If you've never been, highly recommend it. Amazing, just an amazing track as well, full of history. That's why I love this place. And it's got some of the best corner names going around. But we are race 1, split blue this evening, not split red up there.
That's laid up.
Yep, but pre-advertising, I like it.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah.
So it is Breno Ellis on pole in the Logitech Porsche. JC right beside him in the Pixel Racer GTR. Then we've got Monks, Burton, Hayes, Kumar, Baby, I've been reliably informed is how you pronounce it, Murphy, Thistlethwaite and Johnson are your 10, with Cricket Ellis just outside the 10. Actually, good qualifying from Cricket Ellis, really good qualifying.
Ferrari coming useful there.
Yes. Still an overrated car, but anyway, moving on.
No, right.
So, I'm going to take this one.
Yep.
So it is Ellis from pole. Here we go. Round 5, Imola. Split blue, OOR, Simrigs.com, Sprint Series action, Super Sprint round. And it is the long drag, actually, to the control line. It always gets me with Imola as well. You're absolutely got to be so patient and just wait. Yes, well, yeah. But it still feels like it goes forever. See, it's still going. Still going. We're waiting. Now we're off and racing as I head down towards the famous Tamburello chicane, or the Variante Tamburello. And it looks like Ellis has got a great start. He should lead into there beautifully. JC will tuck in behind, followed by Monks and Burton and Hayes. So everyone's got a really clean, looks like a little bit of touching there in the background, but everyone has got through cleanly, which is great to see as they head off now down towards one of my favourite parts of the track, Villeneuve into Tosa. Love this. Villeneuve is such a great corner. He's so aggressive on that curb as well, especially in the dry. Not so much in the wet as we're looking at Saxon Hayes down. He's going to try and throw it up on the inside here of Johnson. That's a good move. He's got that done. Got to get the traction, a little touch there on the exit. but he should have the drive in the GTR and get that position done. So that's a great start there from Saxon Hayes.
Oh, he just pulled in front of Alice there. I didn't know if he was going to cut him, and he almost went wide, but he's pulled it back nicely. Hush Kumar's in a good spot. Got a little bit of a gap to Chris Murphy behind, but doing well otherwise. That's a good run, actually, from Monks down to the chicane, and Burton's going to have to defend for his life, and Monks just wants to sit the car there. Kumar might really get something out of this. I don't know. Monk's had a good exit, but Burton's holding on. People just getting their lights on there, realising it is a little bit dark, given the clouds, and it is 3 in the afternoon. Oh, Monk's sticking a nose out, putting the pressure on Burton, but Burton's not having a bar of it. Oh, but he went wide. Just couldn't get on the... Oh, hello. Oh, Chris Murphy getting overtaken. Oh,
Side by side. In these conditions, that's brave.
Yeah, don't do that.
Got to give Burton credit. Driving a Honda in these conditions, that is a brave man.
Yes, Lambo better than Porsche top-end speed at Imola. But Murphy backed out of it. And oh, there's a Ferrari off. That's Alice.
Wow.
See ya.
Up the line.
No, he's kept out of the wall, though, so that's a good start. But being on the road would have been ideally a bit more useful. But, Kumar really getting aggressive with Monks now, in fact. We can just see there's a couple of cars behind wanting to get stuck up in this battle. Oh, Porsche down the inside. Oh, and Kumar got a bit spooked by it. And just, the Porsche got the drive out of the corner.
It was a great move there from Babby. We're going with Babby.
Yep. We'll pick one and stick with it. Let's have a look what Alice did. Avoided an incident and missed the braking point. Yeah. Yeah, that's... pretty common to do there, especially in the wet, let alone in the dry. Just in your braking point and going on. Let's have a look again. Oh, way too late. Way too late.
Wow.
He's about 20 metres too late there. That was not ideal. He should have been braking before the curve started, and he broke on the curve, so he was not going to be making that corner. And he knew it. Oh, and Babby got a better drive out of that chicane than Monks did. Just down to... third to last. Monks not having the best of start. Maybe some of them got fooled by the weather at the start and did put dries on. Let's see. Kumar is going to be an interesting spot here with Murphy just behind, given the Ferrari's top-end speed's pretty notoriously rubbish at Imola. And we'll see if the Lambo can make something off it. Oh, and it can straight away. And the Lambo's top speed is not very good either, so it just shows the difference that we've got here. They're going side by side. They're topping out probably about the same speed, but Murphy's got the better brakes, but just decides to stick him behind. He's got the better brakes, and he's got... Oh, but Kumar didn't have the better run, did he? But Murphy has to back out of it. Wow, that's looking wet.
That's the worst position for Lunchy, especially in that part of the Tamburello chicane. When someone just gets a bat over that curb, you've got nowhere to go. Like, you've just got to back it off and just wait for another opportunity. I'll tell you what, Mike Crick up in the 8th position. Fair play, young man.
Yeah, he's just stayed out of the carnage. Let's yes.
That's,
yeah, don't.
Yep, that'll do it.
Oh,
that will definitely do it.
Oh,
another one just for bonus.
Yeah, that doesn't give you a high score. Oh, Crick's getting aggressive. Hello.
What is?
Yes. Yeah. I'll go for it, Cricky. Send it. Murphy's struggling a little bit, actually, which, as we know, having watched Murphy previously, that's not common for him to be struggling in a car like the Lambo. He does enjoy the Lambo, he tells me. Oh, that was way too fast through the chicane. And maybe he's on dries. I reckon he's on dries. And Cricky just gets through. He's up into 7th at this point. And
hang on. Has Cricky pulled the master stroke here, maybe?
Maybe he has.
Ooh. You can tell, 100% Murphy is 100% on slicks. You just see struggling out everywhere, and he's got Perkins right behind him in that absolutely gorgeous Pioneer Ferrari. As they head down the main straight now, off towards the Tamburello.
Yeah. Oh, just Let's see. Murphy's going to defend this, which would make sense.
Yep.
Perkins is more than pertinent to that information, but Murphy goes... Yeah, Perkins is going to get through here without any real issue. Murphy's really struggling. Whether it's tyres, whether there's an issue, I don't know, but I'm leaning towards tyres. And
I think
Cricky's
tyres.
on it too. Jesus, he was fighting Murphy only a minute ago. Hello.
I was keeping an eye on that gap to Kumar. I thought, okay, this will give us an indicator then. And it's 100% tyres. Cricky's pulled a master stroke, so he's on the charge in the GTR.
See the next bender, the Rainmaster. It just looks like Murphy sent that way too hard into that chicane. And he hit the right curbs, but just looked like he was going a little bit too fast.
Jump on board the Pixel Racer GTR, currently in 7th, and giving Kumar a head and amongst the big hurry up. I don't like the GTR, but in these conditions, I reckon it'd be a riot to drive.
I hear in any conditions it's a right to drive.
Brooker mixes braking. Oh, Cricky around the...
Cricky,
yep, no worries.
Yeah, he's just going for it. Breno Ellis, though, he must have the tyre strategy right because he's doing 47.4s. That's a pretty wicked time. He's got a good gap to Babby as well. 10 seconds already, so that was just a result of cars battling, having incidents, spinning a little bit in the wet. Maybe certain people are on dry tyres, which is why he's up there, e.g., the likes of Chris Murphy. So Cricky gets past Monks fairly easily with the top-end speed of the Nissan 2. And, that's a Ferrari off. Is that Kumar that's just slid off? That looks like that was. 1, 2, 3 it is. So I think he got on the curb. There we go. Stewards, a lovely Stewards team.
Oh, I just see Murphy in the background now.
He is not loving life.
So here's Perkins as well. So here's another one who definitely got this track absolutely spot on here.
Does he get the exit, though? He does. Yeah. Mustang does pull on the exits, though. It's a very torquey car. Ferrari is too to an extent, but we'll see if Perkins gets through with relative ease. Let's just have a look. Oh, Kumar lost the braking point too. He's literally replicated what Ellis did, except Ellis was able to continue on without any huge position loss, but Kumar's had a bit of a spin, so good that he didn't take anyone out, but unfortunately, just people seem to be getting caught out at the moment, Mull, and I don't know why.
Yep. I think it's one of those tracks, because you're so aggressive. It's at a track you've got to drive aggressively. You can't pussyfoot around with Imola, and I think they're just pushing that hard, and then just the grip is not there. So, especially if you're on slicks, which we've seen a couple of drivers there with some huge moments. But of course, 20 minutes to go. I mean, you can't really make the call to come in. I mean, that's the other thing as well. So there's a lot to play out here. Seen a couple of penalties pop through as Steve Lewis picks up a 10-second. As we're looking here at Mark Bushell, currently in 13th. And he is chasing Kumar, who had that big moment there into the Tamburello. And Bushell's got a good run here in the Merc. He might think about an opportunity to slide it up the inside. Thinks better of it. Kumar breaks super deep. Wow, he just
that exit again.
Yeah, wow.
Bushell's going to have a moment here, surely, or Kumar's got that Ferrari tamed again on the exit. But yeah, just a rough one. Maybe there's more people that were caught out by the tyre choice at the start than we thought. And yeah, Kumar looks like could be one of them. Just sliding all over the place. Bushell might stick the nose up the inside. Kumar doesn't quite go deep. Tin Kung gets a 10-second penalty for out of position on that one. That'll be the race start, so that's not great. The drivers do need to be within the grid boxes, which is a little bit difficult at Imola when you start on a curve, but might have been too far behind from the car in front, so the stewards have deemed that a penalty. 10 seconds down to Aqua Mineral now. Through they come. Looks relatively stable, which is unfortunate for Kung. He's right behind this battle. Could have benefited a lot from maybe some incidents from these three ahead Thistlethwaite currently leading this little pack there, 3 seconds behind Johnson, who's in his own little area, and Ellis is just in his own world at the moment.
Yeah, incredible performance, and he's in the right car as well. The Porsche in these conditions is just round Imola. Oh, gives me cold shivers.
But it's not the most OP car in the wet, though. That's the thing.
No, it's not. It just it bloody feels good.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just does. As we are on board, here's the replay. We're going to stay on board. This is on board with JC at the moment. Oh, what's happened there? Oh,
I don't know.
wow. That was strange. I'm going to put that down to JC things.
Yeah, I was going to say lapse in concentration.
But yeah, that was very strange. Back here with this fantastic battle as Kumar runs wide there. That is not the track. And Bushra goes, thank you very much. I'll have some of that. That moves him up now into 11th position behind Thistlethwaite. Back here with Logan Burton, currently in 5th position in that Honda. How he's still on the track and currently running in 5th is beyond me.
You say that he's got Lee Perkins behind him.
Yeah. Has that stopped raining? It has stopped raining.
Yep.
17 minutes to go. Oh, okay.
And then that's... the track's damp. That's interesting. Because clearly there wasn't enough rain for it to be wet. So... Those that have waited it out on the dries... Oh, another 10 second for... Kung, just collision on lap 4, 3 laps ago. Those that are on the dries, well, I suspect are on the dries, this will be interesting because their tyres will definitely be grained, but what will happen to those on the wets? Is it going to go dry quick enough, or is it going to be dry, stay wet for another, 5-10 minutes? That's the big question.
Well, that's, the amp course will play a part in that, but also what we'll get an idea is if we see cars start going off the racing line just to cool those wets, that'll give us an idea on who's on what, as well as we are looking at it. Oh, wow. No, that's not good. Keeps out of the wall, though. Ooh.
The black stuff's where you need to be.
Exactly. It's Mike Crick trying to go around the outside of Tosa. That's bold. And
he might be on the wets.
Definitely on the wets, and JC is definitely on the dries.
So the problem I've got is, with the positions Cricky's made up, will he be able to hold them?
Well, that's right. How long is this track going to stay the way it is? The thing with ACC, we've seen it a few times. Sometimes you get 4 or 5 laps with, damn conditions, and then other times it goes to optimum, like in a second. So this is it. I like this. This is great conditions.
Oh, Ellis, 46.0 straight away.
Wow.
Maybe Ellis on the dries, but he could have been on the dries.
But that's over nearly a second improvement. That's tells me the track is definitely getting dry all the time. And you see in the background there, Perkins starting to chase the water already. So got a replay here. Up in there. Doesn't look like that was a touch. That's just a good move. Got it done.
Well, that was generous from Burton, though. I wouldn't have given him that much room. Oh, Cricky's struggling a little bit on the braking. Maybe the track. He still looks.
That looks drying. That's pretty quick to me.
It's actually drying up. Yeah, Perkins, as you say, already in the wet patches. That's a worry for everybody on the wets.
Ricky's got a bit of a gap though. Back to a few cars. So who's back there? We got Burton, Monks are probably the 2 closest, but then there's quite a gap back to the cars behind. So he might be okay if he can just nurse these tyres, just be gentle with them. In saying that, once those wets get past a certain temperature, oh, geez, they're bad.
Yes, exactly. That's my concern. Is the grained dries are probably going to be better than the hot wets. So yeah, I'm a bit worried for those on the dry. Sorry, again on the wets. I mean, oh, Perkins proving my point right there. And look, the track it's pretty dry. And Burton taking full advantage. He wants that position back. Perkins isn't going to give this in. No, definitely not. What Burton needs is a good exit out of this second to last. That's what he really needs. And he doesn't get it, but he holds speed. But Perkins needs to go into the wet patches, but has to defend. But he doesn't want to be seen as weaving either. So a few little things at play here, but Burton gets the inside, and I think this should be a closed and shut case for Burton, and it is. Yeah.
God, I see that Mustang close into the background.
Yeah, he Monks wants this. He's got his dries into a bit of force now, and he wants in.
See, Perkins there again chasing water. That's what you got to do with these wet tyres. You got to cool them as much as possible, but also not sacrifice your exit and entry into the corners. Monks is going to probably be smart here. If I was Monks, I'd just sit here and just literally wait for the straight, and you'll get this done easily in that not overpowered Mustang at all.
No.
Completely balanced.
It's more balanced than it used to be.
That is a good point. I still remember when it first came out around Bathurst. It was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Well, it is still hilarious.
Yeah.
Speaking of Bathurst, that's next week.
It is. And it's our final round. It'll be our final race of 2024.
Yeah.
And if you're like me, 2024 can absolutely get in the bin and bring on next year.
Yeah, I think I can agree with that sentiment.
Looking at the battle here for 13th, currently looking at Ellis in the Ferrari. And he's got Appreciado there. And we've got a little bit of time there. Actually, might quickly run. We've got a bit of a championship on here as well in Split Blue, of course. It is Ashton Reynolds leading the way in the pro category from Breno Ellis and Joshua Vediga. And I don't believe Reynolds is here, so this will be good news for
Vediga.
No, he's not. So this is great news for Ellis, who is currently leading the way. And then JC in 4th, and Monks, who is in 5th position and currently our silver class leader at the moment, from Ashley Johnson, who is 2nd in silver. And then Wilkie Appreciado, who is our leader in Pro-Am, from Mark Bushell and Saxon Hayes. And then Zach Jensen from Tim and David Marsh are your AM class competitors. So this championship's definitely not over. It is going to change around again.
Oh, Kung in the background just got a little bit slidey through Villeneuve there. Pulled it up nicely. Ellis here. I think he was on the dries potentially earlier, so he could benefit from this drying track. It'd have to be greasy at a minimum at the moment. It might just go straight off him. You don't know. It's still
damp.
Is it?
Oh, yes.
Can't be damp for long. Oh, Ellis was confident into Aqua Mineral, but Bushell wasn't. And Thistlethwaite doesn't look too happy in that Bentley at the moment. So damp, but the sun's coming out. Wow, the winds are ridiculous.
That is a strong wind. So this track, I think, once the sun, there we go, straight to greasy. So
yeah.
With 10 minutes remaining, this is going to be, spicy time.
This is bad for the wet tires.
Very bad. We are definitely going to see this battle. Oh, that was Appreciado. Was that in the background there?
Yep, Appreciado.
It was Appreciado. Got really squirrely there on the entry. I should know it's Appreciado. It's my favourite car in the grid.
I expect you to know better, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I know.
With Appreciado, it's got Kumar, who, as we saw earlier, is probably on the dry tyres. And how long? Oh, there you go. Perkins comes through on, holds off Monks. I guess there must have been a little bit of a fight there. If this had happened about 5 minutes later in this race, the people on the wet tyres would probably be able to just push it through, but 10 minutes to go, and it's just hit greasy. That's not great. Smiles has actually come into the pits for the last couple of laps. Unfortunately, his race just hasn't gone the way he would hope for it. Ellis, though, still just chasing Bushell with Appreciato, Kumar in the background, Thistlethwaite holding on nicely in that Bentley. Let's see through Piratella what happens. Avoiding the curbs. Oh, Thistlethwaite doesn't know where the track is.
Down at Aqua Minerale. Just a fantastic bit of road. Then up to Grassini. Of course, MotoGP fans will know Grassini, the name, quite well. Actually, motorsport fans in general should know the name quite well. I hate this time of year for motorsport, I'm not going to lie.
Because there's nothing on.
There's nothing on. Yeah, it's horrible. I have to wait till January for the... January, so you've got...
Yeah.
No, January, you've got the Dakar, and then you've got, of course, the
Daytona.
AMA's Daytona, and you've got, of course, the AMA Supercross.
Oh, yes.
And what else have we got kicking off in January? Not sure. Oh, got racing. Here we go. Preciado on the outside. Should be able to break nice and late and then sweep across. No, there's going to be a conversation about this. Ellis holds on. Oh, a little deep, and that's Kumar there in the background trying to get involved in this as well. Great exchange. So Preciado definitely desperate to get past, but Ellis doing the best impersonation of a... Bushell. Oh, Thistlethwaite. Oh, what has gone on there?
Oh.
You don't want to assume, but that looked kind of suspicious.
That looked suspicious. Yeah, I was going to say that seemed a bit suspicious.
Through Piratella now. Then this really tricky zone into Aqua Minerale. Oh, that's probably not recommended there.
No, don't do that.
Preciado. No.
Kumar will have a run here. Sure, yeah. Six and Appreciato is not having a bar of it. Kumar needs to go left and make that. Oh, but Appreciato. Oh, that's. Ooh, I didn't like the look of that one. But I don't think Kumar did it, and Thistlethwaite just didn't know what the chicane was. Let's have a look again.
Here
It
we
did
go.
look suspicious.
Oh,
Bushell.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Nope, not a fan of that
The
rejoin.
trajectory of Bushell looked wrong. Put it that way. I thought he almost looked like he was going straight on, to be honest. He wasn't quite turned in for the corner. Whether that was the conditions, of course, don't know. But
And
we'll let the stewards deal with it. There you go. Problem solved.
Yep. Little inside info as well. They'll be probably in the same team speak, so that'll be good listening.
Oh, yes. That will be interesting.
Back here with Logan Burton, who is... Oh, there we go. That was pretty quick. Decided. 15-second penalty for Bushell there. Back here with Burton, who's currently running in fourth, still in that Honda. Amazing driving, really. So I'm going to be perfect. I've driven the Honda a couple of times, and I absolutely can't stand the thing. It's a death trap on wheels. I thought the Porsche was bad, but it's got nothing on the Honda.
No, Porsche's death trap. Drive the Honda at Valencia, and you'll love it.
Oh, there we go. Top tip. Back here.
Or drive it
replay.
at Kyle Army. What's happened here? That's Burton, Crick,
deep.
Monks. Crick's gone deep, yeah. And he's just let them through. That's fair enough, given he's probably on the wet tyre. So he's just holding his own race. Got 2.1 seconds to Perkins. Murphy's trying to catch up after... Yeah, and Perkins still trying to find the wet line where possible.
Now, don't forget as well, we do have a super sprint format. So we've got the bubble. And speaking of the bubble... Now, Brooker's got a 10-second penalty, so this looks like will be the battle for pole positioning in the next race.
Yep.
And it is an absolute ripsodotus. Appreciato just sends it from nowhere. And does he get that done? He does. That's
Oh,
a
see
great.
you,
Whoa,
Kumar.
Kuba!
Oh. Nah,
That's
don't
gonna allow
recommend
Thistleweight.
that. Oh yeah,
Thistleweight and
Murphy
Bush will be on the
straight
back
through
of that.
on,
Yep.
straight through on Perkins. Perkins didn't see that coming today. That's only a couple of laps to go. Probably about 3 laps to go here. Maybe 4 if we're lucky, but most likely 3. And Bushell now, coming back up to Thistlethwaite. This is worrying. Oh, and that is
wow.
Brooker off the track.
That's the end
Too
of that.
much curb. Yeah, that's wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. See you later. That's Brooker was having a fairly consistent race, other than that penalty. Was having a pretty good race. Oh, Bushell though. Oh, what a catch! That would have, if he hadn't have caught that at the right time, that would have been quite the challenge.
So Ellis is currently in 10th. That is a net 10th position. So that's pole there. We've got Appreciato,
Yep.
who is 1.6 behind with 3 minutes remaining. We're going to keep a real close eye on that gap. Because Appreciato, just telling by the body language of that Aston, he is absolutely hooking in.
Yep, 2G.
Wow.
Ooh. Now, interesting, Perkins just lost out to Johnson, and JC is really on it. Whether it's going to be enough to catch Babby up further, I don't think so, given that there is 2 laps left. Yes, so don't know what can be done there. Johnson, though, that's Crick up ahead. Maybe something can be done for Johnson. Crick will be on those wet tyres, though, so it should be a easier move this time. We'll see. Oh, Bushell all over that Bentley. Merck will have a slightly higher top speed than the Bentley, but the Bentley's got the pull out of the corner with the torque, so it's always going to be tough one for Bushell. And that's a back marker. I got very confused for a minute there. That's a back marker. Don't get confused. I believe it's Smiles.
Ooh, Bushell's got that done.
Oh, has he
Thistlethwaite.
though? Oh, that was
No,
rough.
maybe not.
Thistlethwaite, yeah.
Breaking the toes.
Oh, that was. Ooh,
This is getting willing.
aggressive.
This is very much a bit of a brawl. This is Germany versus England at the Euros, and their supporters have met each other at a pub at 3 a.m. FYI, it's a good time. Back here with Crick. Now, just looking at the numbers as well. I was trying to do some calculations in my head. With Crick currently in 8th position, he's got Perkins right behind.
Yep.
Now, Ellis is in 10th. I'm just trying to see
you
who
think
is
it's the
actually...
same thing.
Yeah. JCG, he is absolutely motoring along. Just pops in.
He's gotten past Babby.
3-7. He has. Now, was that a mistake from Babby, or
I don't know.
could be tyres?
Could have been. Now, interestingly, last sector I saw, or last gap I saw, is Babby was 9 seconds behind Ellis, and Comboy. What's happened to Ellis? If he's dropping seconds per sector. What's going on here? This scares me. Oh no!
Oh dear! Oh, bloody hell!
Okay, I don't recommend that.
No.
Now this is interesting. Look at. I don't want to alarm anyone. If you look at Alice and Comboy, there's about a second between them. 2 seconds. Has Alice got a puncture?
Could be a puncture, or he could have actually been on the wets, and he's just nursed him. But all of a sudden, JC is absolutely flying in here. Could JC get the victory here? This would be... Oh, look at that. Just right out sideways. Bit of smoke off the rears. Love it.
I think Alice will have this, but he dropped 9 seconds in 2 laps. That's ridiculous. He must have a puncture or something, because he's taking it. Okay, hang on. With Nissan top speed, I'm worried. Hang on.
This could be close. JC pulls out of the slipstream. They're going to go side by side. Porsche power versus the GTR.
Is he going to have
very aggressive on the
Oh
defense.
my goodness, he got it.
Got it! Oh, there's been a contact after the flag as well. What a finish.
Oh, wow. I don't think Alice would have been too happy about that at all. That's probably where that contact came from, to be honest.
Wow, interesting. So JC gets the
Kumar.
victory. Yeah, he's got it. Kumar as well on
Oh,
Crick.
no.
Oh, the background has
shit.
been... Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, that's Perkins has just lost about 4 positions there.
Yep.
He got
That
tapped
was
as
pole
well.
for the next race as
yeah,
well.
that was pole. He had that, and Crick stolen it. I don't know who's at fault there, if there was anyone at fault, but holy shit. Jesus Christ. Okay, then. Send alcohol to the shield. Yes.
Express delivery, please. Express.
Yes,
So-
express delivery of whiskey. Oh, we've still got positions on
Still
here.
got racing
but-
going on here.
Yeah,
Here's
Let's see.
Woody. Comes through
that's
in
that's
20
Kung,
position.
so Woody will have
Kung and
that.
Woody, yep. Yep. Of course, we've got penalties to play at as well. So these positions are, as they like to say, provisional. Hold all tickets, as they say at the races.
Yeah, that
So, but
was
JC, I think we could say JC gets the win.
Well, that's what the ACC
actually, you know
cards
what?
tell us.
Hold all tickets, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that's a sad looking GR.
It is a sad looking GTR, but with the way that we saw Alice not having good exits, I think that was going to be inevitable. JC getting it at the final point of contact, really.
Yeah, agreed.
And Ellis went for his move of defence on the left, as you saw, trying to go out wide, but JC was already there. He couldn't do anything. So, wow, half a tenth between the two of them.
Absolutely nothing. So JC from Ellis, Babby, Burton, Monks, Murphy, Johnson, Ellis, Kumar, and Crick are your 10. And then so it'll be Appreciado Bushel down that will jump into the super qualifying session for race 2. Wow,
Now, will that be wet? That'll be the big question.
Well, yes, true.
Yes, we will be patient.
Copy that. Kunos features at play. Of course, coming up later, we will have Split Red and then North America over in the morning. And then we will be taking a break till next week. And then we'll be back next week at the one and only Bathurst. Looking forward to that. Then we'll have our Christmas break and New Year break. And then we'll be back into it as things ramp up for the Bathurst 12-hour coming up in February. So make sure you get your teams and all organised. Looking forward to that. It is the race for Malik. Big shout out to our man Malik as well. Hope he is doing well, mate. We are all missing you around here for sure. So we hope to see you back trackside soon.
How close was this?
Wow. Yeah, that's fine for mine. Oh. See, that end part of the end just looked weird, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It was... They're lucky that incident happened after the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so a dry quali for everybody outside of the top 10 from race 1 to determine everything below there, 11th and below. We'll see how this one goes for these drivers. Hopefully they'll enjoy a nice dry session before probably another wet race, you'd reckon.
Hopefully. Well, if there's anything to go by from race 1, that was fantastic. So hopefully we get the same in race 2. So we are on board with Neil Wood at the moment. Currently in the McLaren. Now, has he had a car change? I think he has.
You tell me.
I'm trying to remember.
You may have done. I don't see a car change.
Oh, there we go. Didn't realise he's been in McLaren all season. Things you learn.
The more you know. Can't stand the McLaren. The noise of it gives me the shits. Makes my ears bleed. Everyone goes, oh, it sounds great. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, look, I agree. Yeah, it's nice to drive at the right track. It's beautiful to drive, but I don't know. I love the original. The Evo didn't hit the same spot for me.
Even though they're basically the same car.
No, they are different.
Well, they're basically the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
But here's something that's neither of them, is the Merc. It's just the way it takes those curbs, the Merc. Is just lovely. This thing is an understeer machine, though. So if you like understeer, there you go. Breno had 38.7 PSI tyres all round, and JC was rubber banding in Breno's eyes, so he couldn't figure out what best to do. Interesting.
Sounds like a combination of things there.
Yeah. Everyone, JC was rubber banding for everyone. That's not great. Whether that, I mean, we didn't see a lot of rubber banding on our side, but I could be wrong. Oh, geez, through Piratella. Don't want to use too much more of the curb there, or you will invalidate. Through Aqua Mineral we go now. Car looks stable, good on the brakes. Didn't use too much of the outside curbing. Bit bumpy on the exit, but down towards the chicane. See how Bushell goes. Oh, seemed just, I'd say, looked a little bit late on the brakes. Didn't get as much of the inside curbing there that he wanted. Good exit overall, though. Down to third to last. Let's see how he gets this braking point. And slams on those brakes. Gets it pulled up. That's a lot of curb. That's got to be invalid. That was a lot of curb. If that's not invalid, I will be shocked because I reckon he had 4 wheel. Oh, that's Jensen at the back getting a little bit. How you going? Well, he's holding the inside line, so it must be valid. Oh, wow. How is that valid?
It is valid at 43.3 as well, so it's a good lap there from Bushell at the moment. And that is topping our timesheets.
Keep him on.
That must have been.
Don't get too excited.
It's true. That must have been so close to invalid. It's not funny.
Oh, yeah. You would have lost time munching that curb, though. Let's see how much curb he takes through Villeneuve. A fair amount. He could take a little bit more. Let's see. Oh, there you go. Callahan, 42.8 there. So half a second faster than Bushell's gone, but plenty more time. And there you go. Diabols goes faster, 42.6. But Bushell's 3.5 tenths up, and he's only just about halfway through the lap now. And invalid. There's the invalid. Why didn't that happen before?
Here's Appreciato, currently half second up on his best time. This will definitely move him up if he can hold on to it. Breaks it nice and late into Tosa. Takes the later turn in. There are 2 schools of thought into Tosa. Some do like to just hug the inside, where others like to sort of cut off the corner. Now it's Piratella. Great part of the road. Run it out will be a naughty, and that lap will be done. So easy to do there as well. Probably easily the easiest part of the track to get wrong.
Oh, yes, absolutely. It's one of the most difficult parts of the track as well. So, Preciado is invalid, but 2 minutes to go then to get an 8-minute quality session here. So, not a whole lot of time. We just want to set a grid and then go racing for race 2. So, the drivers just need to get basically do 1 hot lapping stint, and then that is their pennant over for the second quali, third to last corner. So, Preciado is going to have basically 1 more lap, 2 if he's got enough for you. Yes, and a little bit of work to do as well. So, across the line he'll come with, he might just barely sneak another lap in here. Callahan goes fastest, 42.567. Bushell 4 tenths up, 4.5, almost 5 tenths out of Tosa. So up to Piratella now. It's a nice little run. It's actually a bit of a blind uphill section coming up to Piratella. You just got to basically keep the car to the right as much as you can, and down towards the run of Aqua Mineral.
Nice.
Yeah, this is good. Let's just hope that he keeps it valid. Yeah, that's that was on the limit there. Yeah, that's good. But the chicane, this is where it's make it or break it. And
Stays in
could
second.
use a bit more curb, yeah. I think he was a little bit conservative, but conservative works, especially in a situation like this where you're just trying to put together a lap and try and put it on pole, and he's very close to doing that at the moment. Hopefully he doesn't take so much curb. He's on the brakes a little bit earlier this time. And there you go. That was the replay earlier from race 1. JC got across the line.
Oh, this is going straight to the top.
He lost it and then gained, lost and gained again. He's going to hold close. He's got one more lap in him if he's got the fuel. That's going to go to the top 42.440. That's only a 10th ahead of... Never mind. Don't worry about me.
Geez.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And Jensen just goes, yep.
Yeah, but...
Oh,
yeah, Callahan gets the exit, for goodness sake.
Yeah, true. It is absolutely changing everywhere.
We don't bother saying who's on pole. It's just someone. It's going to be 42.15, is it? 1.7. There you go. Callahan. P1 provisionally at the moment. No one else moving at this point. Qualifying is over. It looks like he got across the line just in time for another lap, so that was extremely lucky. If he can use that to his advantage, he could snab it. Oh, hang on.
Oh, Bush. Hang on. Here we go. It's about to change again.
Well, don't say that. He's coming to Aquamina Rail. It's a tough one to get this wrong. More curb, yes. Good exit. Oh, that was close to the track limits, but he's pushed it nicely. Holding the delta beautifully up to the chicane. Again, another make or break. He could use a bit more curb through here. Let's see if he does, and he does this time. Yep. Oh, didn't get the exit, though. Ooh. It's going to be close. See what he does on the braking down here. I did notice he went a little bit earlier on the braking on the previous lap that he had P1 at that point. Thistlethwaite goes to P3 at the moment, which will actually be P13 overall in this next race.
Exit.
Yeah,
good exit. This is going straight to the top.
Is it a 41? No.
Can he break into the sub 41s? And it's the Hollywood number. No. Oh, 42.010.
Oh,
absolutely nothing. Hang on, Callahan though.
Oh, he lost it on the exit of chicane. He needs a really good braking marker down here, and he's got it. Oh, that's too much curb. Yep, that's going to hurt. And he's missed the apex. That's not going to be it. Yeah, no.
Just
well, see how he takes this. Oh. Yeah, I think he's just going to miss that by about 500ths. Yep. Oh.
Yep. Well, that turned out to be a really good quality session. I enjoyed that.
Oh, hang on. Is it dry, though? Is it going to go wet?
This is where the guesswork comes into it, especially with ACC with its very fickle weather system. We pan down the grid, looking at some of these fantastic liveries once again. And we can just stop here for a moment. Excellent. That'd be great. Thank you. Beautiful. There's the fuzz, or the rozzers. Or the 50.
The 5-0. Oh, crikey, it's the Albanian rozzers.
That was very good, James May, from you.
Thank you, yep. I'm here all night. No, I'm not actually, but anyway.
This is where it'll be interesting in race 2, of course. So, reverse grid format. So, from 1st to 10th, they reverse those positions from race 1. And then, of course, 11th to 12th, which we just watched, is qualifying to set the grid from 11th down. And these reverse grid races normally throw up a surprise or two, or a couple of little spanners. So, really excited to see how this one plays out as we're looking at that magnificent pedigree from Porsche. That is just so cool. I'm a Stewie man myself, but that's just me.
That's okay. You're allowed to have your opinion.
But if we are talking best animated TV dads, it is Randy Marsh by the Country Mile.
Who?
Legend. Randy Marsh from South Park. Legend, mate.
Ah. There you go. I don't watch South Park. That's why.
Hopsy.
No, yeah. Yeah, I probably just broke your heart there, but anyway.
Look, it did drop a little bit. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, yes. That's just reminded me. The bushel being technically P1 for this session, we're going to have a delayed start. That's going to cause disaster.
We are. So this will get comfortable.
Oh, look, I thought I was pretty comfortable anyway.
Yeah, so am I. I mean,
Can we get a weather check? Or not?
yeah, wow.
Yeah, no.
Mike Crick, pole position. Wow,
Ooh.
there you go, Cricky. Hey!
There you go, we are
Get around
checking.
him. We are checking. That's, of course, for our speak to, for we have bloody no idea. Lucas Hamster forgot his fuel. Oh, dear. Wow.
Ooh, key. That's gone well.
Yeah, optimal.
Yeah. So, drivers coming around now, getting a move on, get the show on the road.
Sun and green, we are hearing from our trackside report. Oh, safety car lap, gentlemen.
Yeah, we're not
Formation
on,
lap, either one, you know
yeah.
what I mean.
Oh, look, same thing. We haven't started the race yet, so you don't need to get so aggressive.
That's true. Good point. So Cricky on pole. He'll be loving life at the moment. Of course, he did that all that work he did for the Nürburgring 12 hour as well. All the photos and the video, and puts a mountain of work in here at OOR. It'll be a popular pole position. Also, a very popular result if he can stay in the top 10 for both races. So, get around, Cricky. Does amazing work. And he makes my liveries, by the way. So, again, no bias.
I was going to say biased. Hello?
But he does have some very quick operators behind him in Kumar, Ellis, Johnson, Murphy, Monks, Burton, Babby, Ellis, Comboy, RU10 with Bushell and Callahan just behind.
Well,
Bushell knows in the pits because he doesn't realise that. Yes, internal combustion engines need fuel. All right, Hobbsy, going off you go, sir.
Oh, goodness. This will be an interesting one for Cricky. The Nissans should get off the line fairly well in comparison to the Ferraris. There's an Aston Johnson there, so really, I don't know how this start's going to work. If Cricky gets a good start, I'm hoping that they're single file by turn, well, technically it's turn 2, but I'm going to call it turn 1 because a bend in the straight just shouldn't count as a turn. But we'll see. Delayed start, of course, because, wow, P2 from the quality sessions to come across the line, given that P1 Bushel's in the pits because he forgot what fueling up is. So hopefully the drivers know their braking points for a bit of a delayed start. And we're away here, not much of a delayed start. And, wow, Ellis is not holding back on Crick. He's straight up the inside, late on the brakes. Oh, Ellis knew what he was doing straight. Kumar too. Crick was a little bit soft on the brakes. Does nicely. That's JC. He's getting bullied off the track. Jensen sitting behind nicely, and Ellis is running away as quick as he can. Crick's dropped back a couple of places. No incidents as of yet. JC's just trying to hold on nicely. That's Callahan. He's got behind him. So let's see down round Tozer. Too wide round Tozer. I don't recommend that as a strategy. Oh, JC's getting all over the place. At this point, too wide out on the exit. Monk's just trying to hold on, but the Peter Griffin Porsche of Babby's just sitting there nicely. Oh, these two look like they must be teammates, yeah.
They are. So, Lewis, yep. We got Ben Curtis jump ahead, and we got Perkins, we got Appreciato. Oh, they're going to go too wide through the exit of Ackerman and Riley.
Oh, almost getting bullied
That's
off the track.
brave.
Wow. That's Brooker almost getting bullied off the track by Preciado. He was having none of it. Crick, though, holding on to a solid P3 at the moment. He's got Johnson behind. Ellis is going to come through. Don't get confused by the two Ellises. Hopefully not. Down to third to last. Breno Ellis gets past Murphy. The sectors don't know what that sector timing on the charts. They don't know what they're doing. But I think Murphy's possibly had a bit of a moment, maybe a bit of a tap. And JC's in the slipstream of Monks very nicely. As Babby's up there getting past Alice fast up. That's irrelevant at this point. Give us... Oh! What the actual...
Wow. What has happened there?
Holy mother of goodness. Okay. Right.
That's going to take some
unpacking. Off that one. That's... Yeah. I don't think I've got a lot of words for that disaster.
JC's are these like, yeah, nice.
Yeah, he's happy he wasn't involved in that. That was almost giving me Mullock's commentary vibes from the start about his 12 metres. Except it's lap 2, but it had a similar looking start to the incident. Yeah, absolutely. Through a Piratella now. Don't go too wide, people. All right. Yeah, we did. We went single file. That's good. Down towards Akarunaral. Don't go too wide again. Why do people think it's good to go too wide in the most difficult corners? Who thought that was a good idea?
Yeah. Well, so the thing is here as well is Babby's a bit of a cork in the ocean here.
Yeah.
He's got a damaged Porsche and he has got an absolute train behind him.
Zach Jensen in the AM class, so he's looking pacey.
Currently 11th, so he's been quick actually all night.
Yeah, do I smell promotion?
I think so.
Let's see.
Pop in race control and they will fit you out with a nice, pretty Pro-Am badge.
That will be next season, not this season. You don't get changes late in the season. Don't get... So you can say, okay, here's the replay. So what exactly I got really thrown at what actually happened here. So he pulled... that's his own fault. So he's self-inflicted that and killed Babby as part of it. That's a tough one. I would be interested to know if he held his brakes in that incident, because that's what the stewards would be. Oh, and that's a BMW that almost killed somebody as well. I'd be interested to know if he held his brakes there, because if he didn't,
that
the
was
stewards
Honda
would look
thing.
at that. It hit the grass and it went bouncy moment. Oh, what was Callahan doing there? He was turning into a spot that wasn't there for him, and Thistlethwaite gets past with relative ease. Jensen trying to get past Babby, but Babby wants to get back past. Let's see what happens with Piratella. Don't turn in, Babby. Doesn't. Don't go too wide, Mineral. Oh, we're going to do it anyway. Oh, close your eyes, people. Oh. That was commitment from Jensen. I'll give him that. I didn't know how that was going to go.
Actually, nice job, Jensen. Nice job.
Yeah, that was really good. Now, train of cars through here. Thistlethwaite and Callahan trying to get away. Jensen holding Babby up a little bit. That Porsche going a bit bounce through the chicane. This is Breno Ellis currently sitting P4.
Breno is trying to go from 9th to 1st here. Once he does get past Crick though, and it's no disrespect to Mikey Crick, but we've seen Breno in action before. He's then got a bit of work to do to get up to Kumar and the other Ellis. And we've got a bit of split screen action as we are looking down there at Callahan at the moment. He's got a very quick Jensen right behind him. Jensen has been absolutely motoring along in that BMW. And he's going to try and send it up the inside, just pulls back in behind Callahan, thinks better of it. And then back to the yellow battle there with Ellis all over the back of Crick. So we've got it going on everywhere at the moment. And that is Johnson, who's just sitting there waiting for some scraps. And Crick just
Yeah.
opens the steering a little bit. That was smart. Very clever.
It's not done yet, though. The pull of that Nissan keeps him in it. But the brakes of the Porsche tend to bring the Nissan out of contention in that part of the corner, and Johnson just sneaks through, and Murphy's going to look for the same. Don't go too wide, don't go too wide, don't go too wide. Yeah, he pulled out. Good idea. I always get scared anytime I see too wide at Aqua Mineral. I close my eyes.
Yeah, I think I've seen it work once in like 100 tries. That always makes me nervous as well. A lot of people think that chicane is a passing opportunity, and I'm just like, no.
No. Yeah, no, it's not. That's the bottom line is no, it isn't. Oh, and Johnson is getting up close and personal with Breno Ellis now. Now that's going to be interesting. It is still, early stages of the race, and if Johnson can just hold on with Ellis and put up a battle, that will give Kumar. Yeah, speaking of Kumar, I was going to say he's putting the pace down. Fast track at the moment, colder temps, 15, 10-degree winds. We're not going to see any rain in this race. Here is Harsh Kumar. Ellis not quite pulling the lines off he'd probably be looking for. Kumar's really pushing the lines. He did a 41.8 just then. Oh, Murphy. Hello. Here's the switchback. Is he going to get something done here? Is Cricket going to let him through? Yes. He is. He's just playing his cards. I think Cricket's doing the right thing. He's not playing for position. He's just playing for himself. And he's gone a little bit deep, and that'll let JC through. And maybe he's going to let JC through. Yeah, it definitely was a little bit deliberate. Maybe he's doing that to let JC come through and fight with some people, which might get him some positions back. I don't know for certain, but Cricky just want to hold on nicely if he can. That'll be wide. That's probably a track limit warning. And Cricky should back out of this, and he does. So just doing little things to keep himself in this Cricky. He might just jump in the slipstream of JC. And speaking of slipstreams, Kumar's going to have a slipstream here on Ellis. Not that I'd say it's going to make a huge difference in that Ferrari, because it just hits some sort of plateau and wall in terms of the top speed. So Kumar's really going to have to pull something magical out of the hat here. Ellis doing the right thing, just placing the car.
I was just going to say what that is going to do. We have to keep an eye on that gap between Kumar and Ellis.
Yeah.
Because that's the gap to keep an eye on, because Ellis will, now he's unleashed, will be grabbing that Logitech Porsche by the scruff of the neck. So Kumar, if he wants to get this done, I reckon he's going to have to get done pretty quickly and then scoot off into the distance. And they're going to go side by side now into the Tamburello. He's going to try and go in the outside. Surely not. Has he got that? He runs a little bit too deep, and Ellis says, I'll take that back, thank you. Good exchange. Tricky to do there as well. Such a hard place to make a clean pass. Nathan Monks just pops in the fastest lap. That is not the... Oh, that hasn't gone well at all.
That's Brooker.
That will be, I think, coming with a bit of a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, that is unfortunate for the 383. Fun fact, my first ever race number in OR was 383.
Oh. Was there a reason behind the 383?
Because 333 was taken.
Oh. Oh,
hang on.
Oh, hang on. Oh, that is very close. Kumar's definitely getting impatient here now.
Yep. I don't... Yeah,
Look at that gap too.
Fine.
Ellis is absolutely flying here. The Porsche Ellis, not the Ferrari Ellis, but you know what I mean.
Yes. Yeah, well, they've lost 2 seconds to the Porsche Ellis, though. There he is there, and there's Johnson. This is going to get spicy very quickly if these two can't sort something out. I'd say he's almost going to be within a second by the end of the next lap if he's not careful.
They related? Do you know?
I don't believe so.
Oh, good to know.
Ellis is a reasonably common name. Let's see what happened. Jared
he tried to make the move.
Yeah, just Kumar got caught out. Jared got caught out by a bump.
He's going to try again around the outside. Has he got it done this time?
He's going to get pushed off the track. Yeah. Oh, hello.
He's going to fight back.
Yeah, he's not going to. Yeah. That was... there wasn't a lot that Jared could have done about that tap, really. They were going side by side. And I think Oh, hang on. That's a good run. Oh, but he slipped. Oh, the traction control slipped him and hurt him big time, and that's let Breno Ellis into this battle. And Johnson might just sit back here and wait and see if there's an incident, because with the way these guys are battling, I'm not going to put it past them.
Oh, don't even think about it there, Breno. Don't even contemplate the idea. Again, another place where you just back it off a bit and just stay one line. There will be other opportunities. I tell you, look who's in the background as well there. That is one sky blue Lamborghini of the... Oh, what has happened there? Wow.
I don't
so Alice,
know.
That is one of the strangest things I have ever seen. And I live in Melbourne, ladies and gentlemen.
I was going to say, I was going to make a joke there, but why is there a Lambo off? That's Smiles off the track there on the left, I believe.
It looks like it, yep. So that,
Maybe
again,
just
so
had a
that
failure.
another moment. So it's going to be Ellis on Ellis there. Johnson's there, but Murphy has been the beneficiary of that. So he's in with a bit of a chance here as we got ourselves a replay.
Oh, the replay gave up. It was in the wrong
Yep, had
camera
enough of that.
position. The cameraman just was like, no, I don't want you to see what happened there. Still doesn't want us to see what happened. Let's have a look.
That's the Lambo.
That's Miles.
Oh.
That I think he's just hit the curb wrong. Just by the looks of that, threw the rear end out and he was round.
So Kumar leading away from Ellis, then Ellis, Murphy, Johnson, Conboy. There your six at the moment. Murphy's right there. Johnson's right there. How far is JC's right there as well? Oh, we've got a grandstand finish. They're going to go side by side here. Up at Pirita. No, do not. Again, don't.
No.
God, that frustrates me. It
was
is
just a little bit of a tap. No, it's not. There was a tap because of that, but I think it's all okay. Ellis is getting a little bit... Breno Ellis is getting a little bit impatient, I feel. Just needs to wait for the mistake, which Murphy didn't look like he had. Let's see the chicane. The Ferrari should have the better run, and it does. That Porsche suspension doesn't help, and Johnston might actually have the run here. Possibly Richard Hopkinson gets a 10-second penalty for an unsafe rejoin lap 5. Rusty, don't do that to yourself. Down the third to last corner. Oh, Ellis is just putting the nose in there, putting the pressure on other Ellis as much as he can. Let's have a look. Johnston. That's bad because rear end damage on the Porsche. Breno is going to be screaming. Yeah, that's Johnson just completely missed the braking point there. He'll probably get penalised for that, probably a 5. Nothing more, I would think. And Ellis is in a bit of trouble here in the Porsche with that rear end damage. It's can be particularly unstable if you get it wrong. And here comes Breno Ellis about to prove me wrong on that statement. Gets the run. Oh, don't stick the nose in, Breno. And Jared gave him the room. That was generous. Oh, Breno should get the run out of Tozer here if he gets this nailed right. Maybe earlier on the brakes. Oh, what is Jared Ellis doing? What kind of lines is he taking?
He's taking the wet line when it's dry.
Yes, almost an iRacing wet line, to be honest. Not even an ACC wet line. Oh, Breno again, just sticking the nose in, and Jared's not caving to the pressure at this point. You do see in these races who is good with pressure and who isn't. You see someone stick a nose in, and you'll see one of two things. The driver move the car out of the way slightly, or they will keep themselves where they are planted. So, and Jared's certainly proving the point there. He's just keeping the car where he is. Even if he makes a mistake and Breno puts a nose in, he's still continuing on with his line and deals with any repercussions if they do arise for him. And
what this is doing is Kumar will be up there smiling like a Cheshire cat. He'll be absolutely loving this and
too late on the break
for
Jared. Yeah.
Oh, that's really late. Yep. Breno's going to go. Thank you. I'll have some of that.
Yeah. But Porsche
this
top
is
end.
Now, I was about to say, could be a problem.
Oh, bit of a push and shove there. Oh, hang on. This is going to get ugly. Everybody look away now. I don't like where this is going.
Everyone.
Johnson, yep, I would have probably done that too, but he backs out. Oh, he's going to hit him. Yep.
There we go. Yep.
Oh,
there it is. Oh, the rejoin. Oh,
Holy
far
moly,
out.
what
JC's
the
there
heck?
as well. It's all kicked off now. So this has backed up the field again. And I don't want to put the Mozza in, but Mike Crick, well done, sir. Driver of the day, I'm calling it early. He's drove magnificently today. He's got Thistlethwaite right behind him as well, and Thistlethwaite is no joke in that Bentley. So he's doing a fantastic job. So the big winners out of that really was Murphy was the huge winner out of that. So up to second position now.
6 seconds though, 13 minutes. Has he got the pace to recover that?
Touch and go.
Yeah, that's really touch and go. Let's just see. So Johnson tapped Ellis
Johnson,
into
yep.
Ellis. Jared Ellis was just a passenger in that, really. There was nothing he could have done.
Yep. Johnson into
Just-
Ellis into Ellis. Sounds like a footy call or something.
Yeah, it does. It's almost a bloody horse racing call at this point. But
Oh, yeah, true.
we have seen a lot of drivers seem to just completely misplace their braking points in their heads down into turn. Well, yes, technically it's turn 2. If anyone wants to come at me about that one. So yeah, and Johnson in the pits. That's what's happened there. Has he not got enough fuel?
Damage.
Has he got damage? Yeah, it could be just damage that needs to repair. Let's have a look. Cricky, it's actually fighting Thistlethwaite at the moment. He can munch that curb in that. Chris Brooker gets a 15-second penalty for a collision on lap 5. So unfortunately, Brooker's round to forget this week. No rain on the radar, Camaris. It's a completely dry race today.
Just a bit of the body language of both these cars here. This way it looks like he's absolutely trying to drive the wheels off that Bentley, and Cricky just got so much confidence in that GTR.
Yeah, well, Cricky's always got confidence in the GTR.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm surprised Thistlethwaite doesn't have confidence in the Bentley. He loves the Bentley just as much as he loves the Audi, to be fair.
See, that's right there. You've just explained Mr. Thistlethwaite in a nutshell.
Right. Oh, what's happened here?
Oh, yeah, that's not gone well.
That's a Preciado on Perkins. I'll get the names right eventually.
Yeah. That will be coming with an invoice, I have no doubt.
Oh, yes. Massive invoice coming his way. For sure. Just missed the breaking point and just put it in that.
Again, you just back to your point.
Yeah.
Breaking points.
Yeah. It's something... they're very tricky around here. You know, they're downhill breaking points, uphill breaking points. Breaking points that have very difficult markers to find. Some of them you just have to guess.
It's a field... I was just going to say, it's really a field track.
It is. This one you kind of got a marker because it's sort of at that traffic light there with the marshal's post almost. Sometimes a little bit earlier. So some you've got to feel. This one up here is just a massive feeling, to be honest. It's a tap of the brake, send it through, jam the brakes on again. There's the tap, and then they'll jam on the brakes, use the curb, and Monks is having a go around the outside. I hope that Crick's hopes and dreams of another top 10 are not going out the window today. Oh, Monks is going to get the run on the exit. Yeah, that's really good. He's placed
too wide though through Piratella though.
Let's not do that, gentlemen. Yeah, Monks does the right thing, just holds it nicely, and Crick still holds on to P6 at this point. Thistlethwaite's getting away, which is what he wants. He wants to catch up to Alice. And
whoa, Cricky! Just backs it in motocross style.
Yeah, here we go. Don't look here, Monks. Hold back. Callahan should do the same thing and does. Oh, and Callahan was late on the brakes. Just having to munch the curb. Probably not how he wants to. And there he goes. Monks is looking down the inside again for a bit of pressure on Cricky, but Cricky will soak this up very well. Mustang has good run out of the corner. Not enough to get it side by side, though, under the brakes. Again, Mustang's very, very good on the brakes compared to the Nissan, so we'll see down the straight here. Nissan's got good pull on the straight, so does the Mustang. Mustang had the better run. Callahan's just going to sit back nicely. Breno Ellis is going to want all the slipstream in the world here. He's almost back where he started. Yeah, he's Breno Ellis back where he started in P9. Monks, he either has to commit or it pulls in behind, and I think he's going to commit, and he is. That's too much curb. He's going to push quickly track. Yep, too much curb. That's going to lose Quickie 3 positions. Ooh, that's rough. I think that Monks might get slapped with maybe a 5 there, if that. Just, yeah, bit of a rough one. And they did well, but just unfortunately wasn't. Oh, Jensen, though. Hello. Straight past Babby into P11. Almost in a top 10 for an AM. Hello, Jensen. What are you doing?
Wow, Jensen. So, get around our Pro-Am. He's going to be Pro-Am. Make damn.
Yeah,
oh, here we go. Up at Piratello again.
Yeah. Oh, Ellis. Yep. It was interesting for Jensen. He switched to the M4, so that was clearly a good switch on his part.
Yeah, good. Just very good. He was actually quick around Nords. Was it Nords? He was doing practice laps around Nords in the M4, and he was putting some really solid numbers. So clearly enjoys the M4.
I mean, I do enjoy the M4 myself if it wasn't for the crappy fuel and tyre wear.
And the fact it sounds like a vacuum.
No. It sounds all right. Come on.
Nah, I can't get on board with that. Sorry, mate.
Oh, it's okay. I'm happy for you to be wrong.
Yeah, it looks like a drop meat pie.
Oh, drive through Jensen for...
Oh, yes.
We
Jeez, wow, you're in great form. Oh, wow.
No.
That will be no doubt for track limits.
Yeah, straight in. Yeah, it will be track limits. I'm guessing where he got that, it'll be the chicane. Or Aqua Mineral, one of the two.
Aqua Mineral, I was going to say Piratello or Aqua Mineral. It's normally the hot spot. It's going to drop him down the order as well because it was so close between that sort of 11th, 12th down. So with 7 minutes remaining, it is Kumar leading the way from JC. Ellis in 3rd. Monks, Breno Ellis there in 6th. Callahan, Crick, Curtis and Babby are your 10 at the moment, with Perkins and Appreciado in 11th and 12th position. And Cook, with that penalty there, or with that drive-through there for Jensen, Kung will now take over the AM lead from Jensen. It looks like he's lost the position there to Marsh as well, so he's going to have some real work to do. And Ashley Johnson, penalty. 15.
That's definitely the penalty for hitting Ellis into Ellis. That's a big penalty, but I guess did pump on Kane to another off the track. So yeah, not great on Johnson's part, unfortunately. And down to the 3rd to last now they come. And Ellis, hits the apex nicely, but Thistlethwaite's looking for a podium here. And he's got the top end speed to do it. Let's just have a look at this replay. This is Chris Murphy. Aha, that would explain why this is for a podium.
That will do it.
Yes.
And he's not
out.
with us.
And so is Johnston. Johnston's also out. So 2 people, unfortunately, not finishing the second race this evening, which is unfortunate. But I'll be back next week at the lovely Bathurst for the last race of 2024.
Well, Lunchy will definitely be back next week.
Whether Johnson is going to enjoy the Aston at Bathurst, I don't know, because I've driven it there for testing, and it's an interesting machine there.
Oh, thanks for inspiring me to race next week.
No worries.
So, I do agree that with that Lambo, though, that's something I've driven a Lambo before.
Neil Wood's got a DT. Hang on.
Another one.
That must be for track limit.
Yep. Yeah, the Lambo does that. Yeah, once it goes, it's gone. Lovely camera angle that was. That was really nice.
And
so Kuma, pretty comfortable. He's actually flown on.
He's flying along. He took advantage of the incident earlier on in the race. And JC's taking advantage of the little gap he's got. He's 10.5 behind Kuma, but he doesn't care. He's in P2. And Ellis here is trying to put pressure on himself to not make the mistake. And Thistlethwaite is in a bit of a tough position because he wants to put pressure on Ellis, but it's got to defend from Monks. And then there's the other Ellis. Breno's in here as well. So he's making a good recovery after that tap, but that rear end certainly is not going to be helping him. Ellis pulling straight out to the right. He's trying to ensure he gets onto the racing line as early as possible. But he's missed the apex, so that's not a good start. Good run, though, but Thistlethwaite was onto it. Bad run there for Breno, Ellis, and Monks is just sort of stuck in between both of them. Let's see how late. Yeah, Thistlethwaite early on the brakes. Oh, Bentley just munches that curb, though. Doesn't even notice that it's there. Up to Tozer now. Oh, don't do it, Monks. Just hold. Yeah, he just needs to hold. That was a bad run there for Thistlethwaite, and Monks is going to have a go here, surely. But the Bentley, as I said earlier, does pull out of corners, and proving my point. And, yeah, Monks is just going to have to sit in behind. Don't let him go too wide. Doesn't. He doesn't want to lose out to Ellis either. So there's a lot going on here at play. We've got 3 minutes to go as well. So going to come across the line, and they'll be on the penultimate lap. Oh, nice exit. Oh, a little bit squirrely from Monks, and that might give Ellis a chance to stick a nose in for just a bit of pressure. Yep, there it is. Just going to put it back in behind, though. And Callahan also
Monks
sitting just a little bit behind the train.
Yes, all Monks had a shocking exit there out of Grassini, and that's going to allow Breno just to go, thank you, I'll have some of that. Now, the thing with Monks now, can he absolutely nail Ravazza here and then unleash the Mustang's party trick? Just got to get a good exit and then press the go pedal and unleash the nuclear missile. Because we know the Porsche is an absolute shocking in a straight line, and with rear engine damage, it'll be even worse. Breno goes super defensive, and Monks just goes, haha. But look at the Porsche under brakes and backs it in as well. That's some epic driving there from Breno Ellis.
Oh.
He had no right to pull that up.
That rear end.
That was squirreling. The thing with the Porsche, you can drive it defensively so well because it's just so good through the corner on the brakes. It is a pretty good defending car. Not so much good at attacking, but
I was
it
going
is
to say,
good at
don't talk about the attacking part of the car. We don't need to go there about that. But, I mean, Ellis is certainly... Oh, and there's Jared. Yeah. I've got to start referring to his first names or else I'm going to get confused. Here. Through Acca Mineral. Monks just going to sit in nicely here. Oh, that's going to be a warning for Breno, surely. He's gone wide. Didn't lift the throttle. He wants this position from Thistlethwaite. He's got a podium staring him in the face if he can get this one right, and that would be a great recovery given the earlier incident.
Back here with this battle here on our second screen at the moment. Just having a look there. It's Bushel and Lewis. Currently having a bit of a rips in order, and they've got a Preciado just in front of him who is carrying a invoice. It's a nice little battle down there in, what was that, 12th, 13th and 14th? Back with this battle at the front though, because this is really kicking off. Oh, he goes Thistlethwaite now. It's going to try and go around the outside of Jared here. Jared's going to have none of that. Oh, Breno's put a car. Oh, that was always a gap of diminishing returns. Oh, what has happened there? Oh, that's cars are damaged. They're all off on the sand. Oh, that has just given Jared Ellis a huge free kick. We'll definitely have to catch that on the replay. I don't know what's happened in this race too, but it's, yeah, definitely some, I don't want to say, oh no, I'll say it, bugger it. Definitely some brains have been left at the door. Just a couple of rookie errors that you don't normally see from some drivers, and could be, yeah, it has been a long season, but still just got to keep your wits about you. So we're back on board here with Callahan. He's got Breno Ellis just in front of his head, down into Acqua Minerale now. Nice apex there from Callahan. He's trying to just put a little bit of pressure on Ellis. See if he can get something done. It's out up towards the Grassini chicane. How much curb does he want to take in the back on board here with Breno Ellis? What has happened here? So it's Thistlethwaite and Jared Ellis up ahead. Oh no, Breno's just got it all wrong. Missed braking marker again. Oh dear. And Monksy there looks like he was a bit of an innocent party. And there is the thank you for coming. So Callahan has worked on the back of Monks, but Monks will hold on here. Kumar does take the victory. JC will finish in second. Jarrett Ellis there in third. It will be Callahan who will finish in fourth, but there are penalties to come, so I am not going to try and work that out.
No, there's a... Yes, I'd say Ellis and Monks are going to drop a fair way down the field. Still... they might not even be inside the top 10. Oh, yeah, they will be. They'll be probably 8th and 9th, those two, I'd guess. So,
But it's Pethy Bridge at the moment, currently in 16th. Nice job, Chad. He's such a quiet roast. He just goes about his business.
oh, mother!
Whoa,
He got
that
thrown
would have
off by
gave
the
him a heart
quarter.
attack, though.
Yep, that's a top tip for those after the end of the race. Don't hit your fellow competitors. We have had people be injured in the past. We've had somebody hurt their wrist, somebody have their jaw dislocated. Let's not hit each other after the race.
Definitely not. Some of these wheels are pumping out 25 Newton meters of torque, and when they snap on you, you can do some serious mischief.
Yeah, don't recommend at all. So that's going to be the end here of Split Bleu. And
Well, that was interesting.
Yes, interesting is certainly a good word for it.
So, recap our race results once they do pop up. That is correct. June Drift, you are spot on. That is courtesy is the one and only Diabolz. Okay, recapping our race results from race 2. It is Kuma. Oh, no, yep,
Race 1. Yep, race 1 works.
Race 1. That works. So it was Comboy, Ellis, Babby, Burton, Monks, Murphy, Johnson, Ellis, Kumar, and Crick, your 10. And then in silver class was Babby, Burton, Monks, Johnson. Then over in Pro-Am, it was Ellis, Crick, Appreciato, and Curtis. And then in Am class, it was Jensen, Hopkinson, and Kung. And moving along to race 2. In the overall was Kumar, Comboy, Ellis, Callahan, Crick, Thistlethwaite, Curtis, Monks, Ellis, and Babby. And in silver class, Kumar, Monks, Babby, and Perkins. And in Pro-Am, Ellis, Callahan, Crick, and Curtis. And in Am class, it was Kung from Marsh and Jensen. And that is round 5, Split Blue from the Simrigs.com OOR Sprint Series. Run and done.
Run and done indeed, and that means that my time in Split Blue in the commentary box is run and done for me to hand over, for you to stay in here, Muller, and for me to hand over to the lovely Jaden Rondinella, not Lindsay Muddle like it says. We just don't worry about that. It's a bit wrong, but I'm going to lovingly hand you over to Jaden. Have a good evening, everybody.
Thank you, the one and only Mitch Hobbs. Top of the evening, Mr. Jaden Rondinella. How are you, sir?
Top of the evening. Thank you for the warm welcome, Hobbs. How are we doing tonight? It's fucking split red time.
Certainly is a split red time. Of course, split blue. That was something. Split red, though, as the name suggests, it normally doesn't disappoint. It's going to be an absolute ripper. Looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. And we are, of course, from the one and only Imola circuit. You're a fan of the track?
I am. I haven't had a good history with it, but I do like the track.
Oh. What's this? Oh, wow. That is wet.
That looks close to flooded I believe.
So I've just got word there was 12 penalties in the Split Blue race. With these conditions, this will be very interesting to watch. We have had qualifying, I believe, a run and done. So that is a Bentley on the front. I believe that would be the one and only JP Sonegas. I'd be shocked if it's not. There it is, the beautiful Bentley. Then a couple of interesting livery. Oh, that Mustang. Yes, let's get around that. Is that a cursed livery? It is.
It is. Very, very cursed. Other than putting in the work to make a name here in OOR within his first season here in the OOR Split Red.
So, is that Carl? Is that Carl in that Bentley? I believe it is. Carl, is that Carl or Pickers? 52 Pickers.
Yeah. Now, someone I'm surprised we're not seeing up at the front is Rochford over there in the Honda. Who
What is that
seems
Audi?
to do really well in the wet. Yeah, look,
What
that
is that?
Audi is something. But Rochford not out at the front this time. Loves the wet, that car, but just chilling over here in the Honda.
In the Honda. Oh,
pack.
that'll be interesting. Watch. Oh, oh, yes, yes, yes. That hits the spot right there.
A little bit of a rave there on the Mustang.
Yeah, Mustang's interesting looking. Oh, the Macca's McLaren, very good. Of course, my old $1.50 Macca special. I am a big fan. And there is a Grimace. Of course, the Grimace shake is available.
Is that another one?
Yeah, it is.
Another
There's two psychedelic ones.
Oh. It looks like a good grid.
It is a good grid. Very good looking grid.
Okay, I'm ready for some good racing tonight. People seem to be more careful in the wet, so if we do get a dry one with split red, I feel like that's going to be the one with the death.
Okay, everyone, you heard that? Everyone in chat heard that? That is the kiss of death if I've ever heard one.
You're welcome.
All right, so here we go. Split red, race 1 from a very wet Imola. It is going to be very intriguing to see how this all plays out, because these conditions, that is wet tyres the whole race 100%. That will not dry out in 30 minutes because it is still raining. And just got to be about you. This is a track in these conditions. It's very tricky, especially that braking into the Tamburella. We've seen it many times in split blues, so just got to have your head on your shoulders.
It seems the Bison have followed us from South Africa to Italy. Yay.
I did see a lot of chat about what noises a bison makes.
I don't know if did we ever figure out what noise it makes?
I don't think we did.
Might have to get some of the bison experts out here onto it. And,
bison expert.
Yeah, bison experts. So JP.
It is nice to see a really good mix of cars this season. It's one thing I've really enjoyed about this season. It's just the good mix of cars that we have seen on the grid. It's not sort of usual suspects. It's a real good mixture, which is what we want. As they head around now on their formation lap, and I am going to hand it over to you, Mr. Ronanello, for literally 30 seconds because nature calls.
Okay, enjoy your nature calling, and that is another bison, and we are here on the formation lap for split red, and I hope you are all very, very excited. Someone did post the bison sound. Good to hear. This is going to be this is going to be a very interesting start, coming into a chicane for the start of the race, which is a very, very interesting turnout. Seems like an Italy special with both Imola and far out and Monza having it, but we are coming around to the final turns. That is the chicane that everybody dislikes, so we'll see how that does play out. I feel like there will certainly be a bit of that is some people not being prepared and flying up to try to make up their positions. That's all right. We do have 2 people on the cameras tonight, I believe, and that would be Benjamin Hignett, so thank you for being here. And tonight we have a special guest on the cameras, and that is Liam Hamilton. So shout out to both of them for putting in the good work on the cameras. As we do arrive at the final turn and coming around with JP taking on the lead, this is going to be fun. It's going to matter about this start as well. The Bentley is going to have a good... Who is that entering the pits straight off the start?
Was that Maddox?
Maybe
it was.
Oh no, I think Maddox is that yellow McLaren. So who's that?
765. Was it 765? Just wait,
Oh,
61.
and Rochefort also entered.
Yes.
So some people forgot to put on wet tyres, it seems. As we do go green for the start of the race, and they are coming around for the first area. This is where the chicane and we've already got a car touching two. Both the psychedelic Mustangs have touched the grass, and there's a spin that is almost reminiscent of the Cobbs from Mull back in season 7 of the OOR race. JP holding on to the lead, but that was nothing to miss. Adderton now fighting up for 3rd position against the Ferrari there, who's been knocked.
Safety. We're going to get a safety car here, surely. What has happened there?
That is a need for a safety car there. That is a lot. That was bad.
It is absolutely gone off here. So, yep, no, we are at a safety car. There it is. I thought we get one. That was unbelievable. Not even 30. Yes, it was at 12 metres, but I reckon that was 30 metres tops. So, very, very interesting. There will be a lot to play out. Our fantastic stewarding team will get to work hard on that. They've definitely had their work cut out this evening. Of course, big thank you does go to our amazing stewards. They do a ripping job. As we are back here, we've got a few. So this is our one and only JP Sneakers in the lead. Tell me things that are not more iconic than Rahali there in second. Rashuti, Maddox, Johnson are your top 5. So Maddox and Johnson, they're going to absolutely throw down for that silver class competition. Underwood leading the way in the Pro-Am. Underwood is not a Pro-Am. Then Gobe and Chalmers are your Pro. Here we go. Replay. Break this one down. Oh, so it's a slight touch on that Mustang. What was that other Mustang doing? Holy moly.
They posted the same thing, I think.
That was both the psychedelic Mustangs, so I don't know what the bloody hell was going on there.
I'll say who's had a good luck out of that. Rochefort and Salvaggio, the 2 people who pitted, are not that far behind anymore, just because the safety car, so they've had time to catch up, which does kind of work in their favour, and they've avoided all the mess. They're still at the back of the pack, but it's definitely helped them not destroy their race right off the start.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that safety car is, that's a free kick, basically. So I expect to see Scotty Rochford come through the field pretty strongly. So we'll keep an eye on that Honda as we are underway racing again. And it will be JP that will let him down into the Tambora. But that is not the action we were focused on, because we're focused here. Robert Maddox gets that. That McLaren was all squirrely on the brakes. I was just watching to see if he could pull that up, and Johnson right behind him was squirrely as well. We're back here with the curse livery of Addleton, who is fighting with Clopper, currently in 11th and 12th position. So go through Tamaraland. Look at this, the spray everywhere. It's so hard to judge your braking markers and your turning points, as you just saw there. Maddox just struggling beyond the exit, but so is Carl Johnson, and he's got around the outside. Underwood's runs it a little bit too deep. That's more than a little bit. That's way too deep. Lucky not to touch the grass there. That would have spun him around. So, wet conditions, you think, drivers are just going to be a bit careful. We've got a replay here. What is going on here? That is just... so we've got a car... that's spun around. That's just messy. That's messy. Wow.
Yeah, that was a very messy one. I don't know who was at fault there, but that's why we have a great stewarding team here at OOR. But yeah, very, very good of the people behind to be able to avoid that, especially in this wet weather. The brakes not the greatest, so everyone's going to be just lucky to get out of these situations. You do have here Ralahi versus Rashuti. Rashuti right up behind Ralahi. So this is a danger zone, but also a good passing zone, because people do feel that pressure as they are entering the second last turn of the track. I don't even know where we are. This is Rivazza, I believe.
It is Rivazza. Rashuti's just sliding the Ferrari there. Just on. That was a beautiful controlled slide. So Rashuti now in a Ferrari, or at least it's in an Italian car. That feels a bit more natural now. Of course, a long-time Lamborghini enjoyer he's doing quite well here, working on the back of a Harley. And just keep an eye on that Maddox Johnson battle, because I reckon that one's going to be a really good watch. Here is Robert Maddox in the beautiful throwback to the old school Jordan Formula One livery. One of the nicest looking F1 cars ever made. Here's a replay here. So it's the Mustang that's gone way too deep. That is not pulling up. That's down at Ravazza. Just watching that rejoin. Nice, good, clean rejoin. And he can plod along and... Ooh, maybe I spoke too soon, nearly? No.
Very, very wet on the track, and touching those curbs is definitely instant death, but it's also so easy to understeer within this type of weather as well. A lot of these more powerful cars that already don't kind of do well here. The Mustang, for one, I know is not really that great of a car here, but they're definitely going to be feeling that in the wet. Aqua Minerale, also not a great spot in the wet. I know you even get slightly off of the line there and you're pretty much done.
Yeah, these curbs are nasty in some spots. They pull up as well. So you just sort of get a little bit of sort of aquaplaning effect if you are too aggressive with them, as we are looking at this fantastic battle here at the moment. This is Chalmers and Addleton at the moment, with Clopper right there as well. So this is going to be Bentley versus Mustang, two big brutes with the scalpel behind them. Oh, I see that. Wow, Chalmers. Absolutely on the lock stops. Back with this battle here. Rashudi's got past here. So Rashudi looks like he's got this done, but Rahali's going to absolutely fight this right down into the Tamburello. Oh, that's super deep there from Rashudi. Pulls it up just. That's going to give Maddox a bit of opportunity as well, as Rahali runs it really deep as well on the switchback. What a fantastic exchange.
Yeah, very much so. And it's very possible to do the outside overtake on turn one with it leading straight into a right-hand turn. So it could have been a good move, but it just wasn't close enough upside. But here's a replay as well. This is... Yeah. So Relahi did pretty well to get back up alongside Rashidi there and take back the position.
He did quite well. What this is doing, though, it is giving one and only our championship leader, JP Senegas, an absolute free kick. And he is driving off to the distance. As I like to say, this is the typical cut, copy, and paste race from JP at the moment. Absolute class above.
Well, I'm very interested in... Sorry.
This is the battle. I was going to say, this is the battle to watch.
Absolutely. These two are pushing to their hardest, and it's definitely giving Maddox a chance to gain some time on them and catch up. But yeah, these two are going to be battling for a bit of this race, I could feel already. I'm interested to see how it turns out as well with the reverse top 10 within the second race for the Super Sprint that we have on today. With JP starting in 10th, that will be interesting to see.
Very
if he finishes first.
Well, I mean, we don't want to put the Moz, but this is back to this battle for second position at the moment, because Rahali's under this huge amount of pressure here from Rashudi. Rashudi's got that Ferrari on absolute rails at the moment. How deep does he want to go? He's going to try and go around the outside. Not an easy thing to do. You've got to watch those curbs as well. Traction is very limited, and Rahali does. Oh, Maddox, that's one way to take the Tamburello. Oh, he loses a couple of positions. Just got to be a bit careful there on the rejoin, as we're looking here at Scotty Rochford. Is this Honda Things? It looks like it might be Honda Things. It's definitely Honda Things. It is Honda Things.
That is a great mix of Aqua Minerale and Honda combined. That's exactly...
Gosling, drive-through. That's early.
Oh. I guess they're putting the hammer down a little bit for this one after Yellow and... Yeah. The track limits already. That would be...
That's why I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, okay.
So, Rashudi. Oh, wow. That was, again, just on the slide. It is good fun to do in the wet if you can control it. As we're jumping on board here. What is going on here? That's Maddox. Oh, boy. How close was that?
I'll tell you what, though, that keeping control on going onto the sand there is... very, very difficult to do. And some penalties are being handed out for this start of race craziness.
Yep. And we will, of course, in these conditions as well, it is a bit easier to get a penalty. Just because, yeah, braking markers and everything, and as when they're changeable conditions as well, the grip does go away lap after lap, or sometimes it comes to you. You've just got to always have your wits about you. As JP just pops in a 49.2 race lap, if you don't mind. Jeez, that's quick. And jeez, that's quick. He's flying 4
get that in the
seconds.
dry.
Yeah. Here we are looking at Rob Underwood, currently in 5th position, carrying that Pro-Am badge. Yeah, whatever. And this is proving by he's driving brilliantly. Probably the last couple of months really has improved, driving great at the moment. As we are looking here at the 26th, that is just trying to look down my list. Oh, bit of a sympathetic. Oh, that rejoin in the background there, that nearly got a bit spicy. Oh, that's very deep. That's extremely deep. Has he pulled that up? No, he hasn't. Oh, boy. I saw that sort of golf-looking Mustang come from the background. I thought, oh, he's not going to pull that up. And fortunately, there was contact made. Back to live action now.
And the Underwood-Johnson battle does continue here. That Aston really, really does love the wet, but in front of you, you have a boat, so there's not much that can beat a boat within wet weather. But this Aston should be able to pull up a decent amount. The traction control actually works on this car compared to a few others, so it should be a good battle between these two. With Relahi, he's also gained a bit of time on Rashidi, who's gained a 15-second penalty, so that puts a little bit of pressure back off of Relahi, meaning that they'll be able to have a bit more of a chill race. And Maddox still, even with that a little bit of an off, is still working on his way to catch back up to Underwood and maybe go for another pass. Underwood should get a promo, but it's end of season. I don't know if they'll do it for the last 2 races, or last race, I should say now.
No, that'll be a next season promotion, definitely. So basically, all with promotions, quickly cover that off. What happens is, at the start of the season, so the first 2 races are usually to gauge your class. For those drivers that have raced here a long time, know exactly where they're at. But for those who are new to OR, you sort of put down an honest sort of thought on where you think you should be classed, and then based on that, your performances in those first couple of rounds is when then you'll get classed. So that is how the class system works. I think it's a great system. I love it. Being a former Pro-Am champ, yes, I just pump my own tyres up. I definitely enjoy it. It gives all the drivers something to fight for as well, not just the overall, but silver class and the Pro-Am class and the Am class. So it gives everyone an incentive to race and do their best, as we are looking at Rob Underwood at the moment, currently on the screen in that really nice purple. I actually like that purple. It's a dark sort of midnight purple the Skylines used to run. We've got a lovely shot here as they come through the Grassini chicane. You see some cars taking a bit more curb than the others. Underwood actually slides it through. Oh, then we're looking at people. COVID. So everyone with their face marks on. Clearly, they didn't get the memo that happened 3 years ago.
They're stuck in 2020, it seems. But no Bison in the crowd this time, which is nice to see. They might have been shooed off. But, of course, JP setting more and more faster laps. Obviously, the track now getting more of a dry line, meaning you can push just that little bit more and you gain that little bit more time through the sectors. That's a 48.2 during race. I'm wondering if we're going to drop down into the 47s as we continue on. Getting those a little bit slidey from those curbs, a little bit squirrely, but pushing through nonetheless. And yeah, just look how well he's able to take those curves. I imagine he's completely off the... I don't want to jinx it. I really don't want to jinx it.
Nah, that was all in control there. That's just beautiful driving. We are watching an absolute master at work. Here is Carl Johnson, one of his Kovac's brethren. He is really enjoying that Bentley at the moment. Carl's another one. He's always been quick, but I just feel like the last couple of he's just got that little bit quicker as he slides it through Piratella. Oh, if that doesn't get you excited, nothing will. And watch this, lovely through Aquaminerale. He just breaks it nice and straight, doesn't upset her at all. That's how you're driving the wet.
I want to
I
point
mean,
out
it's
how
not
much.
as fun, but
Yeah, I want to point out how much the Aston just catches through these little chicanes and the stuff, and then, boom, the Bentley's gone. Every time. But yeah, that Aston, as soon as it hits these chicanes and Aquaminerale and some of these turns, it just has a little bit more of an advantage through it. But the Bentley can do what it can do straight on the coming onto the straights and just leaves the Aston behind. Oh, as he gets a little bit squirrely there. And we do have a replay. I think this is who's this?
that is that's Chalmers gone around. So he's spun his Kovacs Bentley. As we're back to this battle, because Carl Johnson's got some serious work to do, because Underwood's all over him here. They're going to go super deep into the timber. It's going to be contact. Oh, he's running across the curb. There's big contact. Oh, and Maddox just goes, yep, thank you. I'll be taking some of that, and just flies around the outside and says, thank you, mother, from the rabbits.
Maddox will be very happy with that move, pushing him up into fourth, and in the 15 seconds currently, so close enough to Rashidi to make it into the podium.
That's a solid outing. Here we go, round 2 between Johnson and Underwood. This is going to kick off again. They're going to go up towards Piratella. Oh, now, are my eyes playing tricks, or has it stopped raining altogether?
It does look like it's no longer raining, but I don't think the track is going to get dry enough. Oh, and here we have a replay. This is where Maddox got around them both. Oh, very clean from Maddox, just putting that straight down and taking very good chance on that opportunity to just push right.
That was one of those moments too. If you hesitate, there's a good chance there's a bigger accident. So he saw the gap and he absolutely just decided, yep, I'm going for it.
Yeah, that was definitely the smart play there. And you can see he's already pushing away. And that would just be because of Johnson and Underwood having this battle non-stop. So, and we do see there in the background, Warren also making a push now to do the overtime.
So Warren in the Porsche there, he'll be keeping a very close eye on this as we jump on board now with Carl Johnson. He's got Underwood in front of him. Is he going to try and outbrake him? It's going to be really tricky to try and outbrake that Aston in these conditions. Of course, I am a big Porsche, but the Aston in these conditions is a lot of fun to drive. But Carl's doing a huge job in that Bentley, and definitely giving Underwood the hurry up. Underwood's going to get a really firm examination here.
Aston's almost kind of like perfect for the weather switches, the mixed kind of races, because it just performs so well even with the tires starting to grain and die off. It's still able to hold its traction and push around. So Underwood shouldn't have too much trouble with this changing of weather if the rain has stopped, which I still believe, yeah, it definitely looks like it's fully stopped now with the dry line appearing very quickly.
That is true. The Aston is good sort of in these mixed conditions, but there is a car in that battle that is better than both of them, and that is the Porsche. The Porsche in these conditions is absolutely magnificent. Easily my favourite conditions of driving the Porsche. You absolutely feel like a hero. As we jump back on board with Johnson now, there's been a really fascinating fight between these two. And I think what this is doing is proving why Underwood is a silver class driver. He is holding his own against a very experienced Carl Johnson, who's been around here since they opened the doors, I think. I'm pretty sure. As we're shooting now, pops in a 47.6 race lap, so he's starting to wind up the wick on the Ferrari, and that tells me the conditions are slightly improving. Oh, he's going to go for it. Oh, he thought better. Underwood just placed that, but he's run way too deep, Underwood. That is not the line. That's going to compromise him big time on his exit. And Johnson, though, just takes a little bit too much curb, so there's been mistakes from both drivers there. So that could have been an easy opportunity there for Johnson to get past, but he just made an error there on the final part of Tamburello, which just compromised his exit greatly.
Is that some hood cam action I see? I don't see any wipers on. It could be a bug, but it definitely seems like there's no wipers on here, which means hood cam.
Ooh, hood cam action. Ooh, controversial. Oh, he's going to go side by side up in a Piratella. No, surely not Carl. Oh, there's been contact. Oh, I saw that coming from a mile away. Oh, we'll leave that one up to the powers that be, but I could see that coming side by side into Piratella is normally a straight up no-go zone. And in these conditions, that was bold. We'll keep an eye on that. I'm sure we'll get a replay as well. What that has done is allowing Warren just to close right up to the back here. Warren is definitely, I feel like, going to have an opportunity to get a position here because these two, I think, are going to kick off again.
Yep, so apart, but Rochford also in the Honda, or currently in 14th position, who started at the back.
Good recovery.
Recovery is on. I'm wondering where he's going to finish. I'm going to keep an eye on him during this whole race. But he is gaining pretty quickly on most of the cars on the track, it seems.
He's doing... Again, these Honda drivers, thought they call us Porsche drivers weird. I'm sorry, no. Honda drivers and Audi drivers, of course Ben Deek's in that Audi. I should have known that. Come on, improve, Sean. Audi drivers and Honda drivers, they're a completely different breed altogether. Oh, Carl, geez, right out sideways, nice. There's something wrong with those two enjoyers, 100%. Oh, Carl! Oh, how'd he pull that up? No right pulling the Bentley up there.
Oh, those curbs still so death-defying, and Underwood trying to go for the outside, which I don't know if it's going to be able to be pulled off on that turn, which doesn't seem so. It's just not the greatest turn for an outside overtake, unless the person on the inside does mess up, but it does give Johnson just that little bit of space coming up here. No side-by-side this time, so no contact again, but they are going into Aquaman O'Reilly, which will probably be just another train through if neither of them mess up. There probably won't be a pass till after the chicane here.
Well, you say that. So just a quick bubble check as well. So we've got Gobe there in the Mustang, who's currently in 10th position. So based on my calculations, he should be on the bubble at the moment. It looks like a relatively comfortable 10th as well, so which is good to see. But this battle has been absolutely the battle of the race. Johnson and Underwood are absolutely thrown down, and we've got a bit of onboard action as well from camera 2, which we'll just watch the car control and the wheel work it requires here to keep an Aston in a straight line around Imola. If we can stay on board for this for the whole lap, this will be amazing. So heading down the main straight now. Just not going to lie, this is one of my favourite things to do, by the way. Heading down now into Tamburello. Of course, reprofiled after the tragic events of May 1st. And then you just see that the little micro connections are now down into Villeneuve. Of course, named after the one and only Gilles Villeneuve. Cut it across the curb, then going to back it down a couple of gears. Just nail that apex and then really accelerate out. Then you're going to brake nice and straight into Tosa. Really important, clip that inside apex and then run it out as wide as you dare. Now, this is where you take a little bit of a breath and have a think about your braking marker up into Piratella. Really important braking marker, get this right. You just want to hit it just over the rise, throw it in there. Second gear in these conditions. Ooh, car off the side of the road, watch out for that. Then short shift up to third, down to Aquaminerale. Probably a dab of the brake just to get the nose in. Brake it nice and straight, then turn it in. Do not brake and steer at the same time at Aquaminerale. You will spin around. Now after this absolutely silly Grassini chicane, completely ruins the flow of the track. Just nail the curbs. Absolutely munch them for breakfast. You see Carl there slides it out beautifully as well. Controlled that beautifully. Now down into Piratella. Not Piratella. Oh my God, I've got it wrong. It's Ravazza. Of course, named after the coffee. And then head it down in Ravazza. Again, just clip that curb, run it out. And then a little dab of the brake to get the nose in. And then just slide it through. And that is a lap around the fantastic Imola circuit. And great bit of driving there from rub Underwood as well.
Yeah, and as someone who's driven the Aston here during the 12-hour that we did recently at Imola, yeah, it is definitely a nice car for this track, especially in this kind of conditions. So Underwood will be enjoying the pleasures of that, and while pushing it around to get back up behind Carl Johnson to attempt another take maybe a little bit later on the lap. But yeah, no, it's a very, very nice car here.
Look, I'm warming to the Aston. It's definitely got under my skin. Now I've driven it for quite a bit, so looking forward to actually getting proper stuck in next season, either in the Aston or the Porsche, most likely. So, of course, for those new to the Sprint Series coming up for next season as well, make sure that you do get on board. And, of course, those rookies that are stepping up to sprints, good luck. It is definitely an upgrade, but it's a lot of fun as well. So you get to have fantastic battles like we are seeing on screen at the moment between Johnson and Underwood. And Warren is still there. He is not going away. So if these two do have a moment or a bit of an error up, Warren's going to be there to cash in.
Yeah, look.
I was going to say, is that Addleton in the background? He is too. So he's starting to catch up to Warren.
And it seems like the penalties have slowed down, which means that everyone's driving a bit more cleaner now. I think it's because the field split up quite a bit now. But yeah, there's a lot of battles going across the field. This is currently our most intense one, up in the top 5. This is 4th position, so probably a good spot to be, right in the middle. But they're, pushing very, very hard here. Still in the wet. Doing 147s. That was another PB for Carl Johnson there. 147.962. Getting that Bentley around the track quickly. I couldn't even get close to those times. I was still hitting 150s at this point.
Yeah, it's a different skill. I reckon it's just a different skill set to drive the Bentley. I mean, for starters, just the drop on the right side for real driving, but the wrong side for a GT3 car is just something that does my head in. But all the talent to him. Oh, Addleton! Yep, that's not gone well. That has gone straight into the wall, and that might be a return to pits. If he's going to keep trucking along with that, that is brave, because front end damage on the Mustang like that will not do that engine any good at all.
Yeah, no, that car is not going to do well, especially in this wet weather. Not a situation you want to happen, especially with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left of this race. Lucky there is 2 races tonight, so even if he does return to garage, which it doesn't look like he has yet, or it doesn't look like he's going to.
2 minutes remaining. I mean, stay out there. Go on.
Still on for a top 10 if he can hold out this of a gap. Here's a replay of what happened there. It looks like, the curb got him. The curb got him. The acceleration coming onto that curb, and it's just spun him around. And look at that damage.
Look, I don't want to say that's what happens when you run a cursed livery, but I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding. Yep.
I want pudding now.
Yeah. It's Christmas time. It's perfect for it. Still, he'd be going for a top 10 here, which means he'll probably be near the front of the grid again for the second race if he can hold it. This will be the final lap, I believe, unless Sonicus is able. No, Sonicus will be able to get around within the next minute and 30. So it is the second last lap of the race right now.
So here is our bubble at the moment, and it is Klopper who's currently sitting in provisional pole position. So he's probably looking to go up here and thinking, I'm happy just to sit here. But he doesn't want to be too cute, because that is one Zavaka behind him who is absolutely driving the wheels off that McLaren. And the Macca's McLaren, makes a little mistake here. So that's going to allow Klopper to close up, and that's going to allow Zavaka now to close up. This is for pole position in race 2. So all of a sudden in the last lap, it is absolutely kicked off. 3 different manufacturers. We've got a Mustang, we've got a Porsche, and we've got a McLaren. They're going to break very deep down there in the toast. He's going to try and throw it up the inside, but now the Mustang will unleash its V8 engine and say, see you later, thanks for coming. And look at Zavaka here. He's lurking. He's like that nugget at the bottom of the bag. Oh, this pretty huge touch curb's gone. Oh, that will have huge damage there. That will come with a penalty. So we can take Klopper out of that equation now. And Zavaka now, that might be enough for him to actually get provisional pole for the next race. Holy moly, what a turn up. An AM on pole. Oh, you couldn't script it. You couldn't script it. Amazing stuff, because Chalmers in the background has got a 5-second penalty, so we can count him out of that. Wow. It is absolutely gone off this race. The final lap or two has just been action-packed racing. Is he going to have one last dive, Klopp? He's probably not after that incident. Probably think, oh, you know what? I'm just going to sit behind here and take my medicine. But what a way to finish off race 1 of Split Red Round 5 of the Simrigs.com OOR Sprint Series. But it will be Goab that will finish in 9th. Klopper will finish in a provisional 10th. Zavaka in 11th. And there is one more lap to go. That's what happens when you get too excited. Lutey, save me. Save me.
Save you. We are still here. Sonicus is coming up towards the chicane, the bad chicane, the middle chicane, which means that the race is almost over. You were very, very close to getting it right, but still looks like they're going to hold on strong. Zavaka is going to push for maybe an overtake on Klopper here just to certify that first position, but that is a little bit of curb. That is dangerous getting that close to the sand, especially in this wet weather. I'm kind of hoping for a dry race too. I don't know about you, but that would be very, very nice. And you do see Chalmers there in the back. That 5 seconds is not going to really help out in this situation, but shouldn't lose too much time there anyway, because
page 1.
that is the finish. Yep, and that is a 1:46 to finish the race. That is a very, very quick lap in the race. And we are moving back to the Klopper here as they go through Aquaman and Riley. That is, I believe. Yep, that is off the track, but that has given Zavaka just a little bit more of a boost, but you don't want to go for an overtake over here into the chicane. Not the greatest spot. Let's see how, yep, that's a bit bouncy. Not what you want to happen as you do go over that chicane. But Zavaka seems to be holding on to the position. If they can get around these last 2 corners in this order, it should be Klopper for provisional pole, unless the penalty does come through for the second race.
Oh, he locked up there. Did you see that? He locked up. I thought I saw that wheel stop. Oh, he's going to hold on, though. And the McLaren, unfortunately, is just not a rocket ship in a straight line, so it's going to struggle to get past. So Klopper will finish in 10th and Zavaka in 11th, but great drive there from Igor. And Rochford all the way up to 14th, so a nice recovery there from Rochford.
And yes, as of this, sorry, in the
no,
yeah.
Please go ahead, sir.
But yeah, so no pen for Klopper yet, but I do assume it will come in before the qualifying begins, which means that we will find out whether Igor will be put in front for the race 2.
Yes.
Yeah. And
can you tell it's
outing.
the end of, Mitchell Bendick, of course, classic. It's absolutely RuneScape player. There it is. So, by my calculation, that means Igor Zavaka is on pole for the next round.
Him class.
Wow.
Wow. You don't say that often.
That
like,
is, yeah, that's one for the books.
So Igor for pro?
Oh yeah, definitely straight to pro. Of course, one of the real funny men of the Discord. If you haven't had the pleasure, go check out some of his stuff. It's good value. So we're going to have super qualifying underway, and it is wet still. So there we go. That normally means we're going to have a wet race. So race 2 may be wet as well. Of course, and we have a quick, short, sharp session here. You probably get 2 laps, maybe 3 if you're lucky to set a lap. And then this will determine the group positions from 11th down.
And Rochford should be on good here. You see that he came and caught up very quickly. So I'm wondering how well his qualifying is going to go. I'm expecting a decent time, maybe even 11th position, which will look like first during the qualifying.
Yes.
But
So,
crazy.
one round
drivers.
to go. You excited? Got much on for your Christmas?
Not really. More after Christmas stuff, like New Year's. Got to do parties and everything, live the young life. What about you?
Well, I'm old and I have a son, so Christmas is already booked out. Yep. Family stuff, and of course, have the traditional Christmas Day cricket match, of course. And as Scotty Rochford nearly throws it into the wall. And of course, Boxing Day is the best day of the Christmas period because the cricket will be on. I'll be partaking in that, of course, and so will many other people. New Year's, nope, don't really do the party thing. It's not my kind of thing, so I'm getting too old for that. But I am looking forward to hopefully heading maybe to the lake or something along those lines a bit later in January. So that should be good fun. Hope everyone does have a lovely Christmas as well. Stay safe out there, especially in conditions like we are seeing at the moment. So make sure you take it easy and make sure you, as always, give your loved ones a big hug. Kamara, 24-hour race on Christmas. Ooh.
Please no. But you know what I am more excited for than Christmas? Bathurst next week. Woo!
So Loopty is a well-known Bathurst enjoyer.
It's the only track I could do somewhat quickly. That's me, wishing I was at Bathurst.
Beautiful. Of course, that is the famous Senna statue at Imola. Of course, where we did lose the great man. Of course, we did lose Roland Ratzenberger as well in that fateful weekend. And forever in our hearts, both of them are. I've actually watched the Senna series on Netflix.
I haven't yet. Funny enough, I've seen the behind the scenes before I've seen the series.
Oh.
Which I didn't mean to, but it was very interesting to see how it's made. It made me want to watch the series. So.
Yeah, I finished watching it last night, and for a dramatic, what I actually did enjoy about it it's natural, or it's how it was meant to be is in Portuguese, which is really cool. So I really enjoyed that part of it. For a dramatized series, I actually didn't think it was too bad. And the bloke who played Nicky Lauda, they got him absolutely spot on.
Damn, now I have to watch it. That will be on my wish list.
There we go. And looking at Salveggio, currently in 6th. And he'll give us our first lap time there with a 53.980. And we'll just keep an eye on that. Rain is reducing. It will be a last lap dash. So our weather person in race control giving us the hot scoops.
So I'm wondering if it's going to be a dry start to the race then, or if it's going to be a wet start going into dry.
Scotty Rochford pumps in a 52.5 to go straight at the top of the timesheets. As we're looking here at Brickley in that absolutely magnificent looking Bentley. Geez, that just works for me. I mean, black and gold's already a classic combination, but on the Bentley, it just looks gorgeous.
It really does, yeah. One thing I've got to mention about this round at Imola, it's been very diverse across the rounds. Like, I don't think any of the races' weathers have been too exactly the same, like I know split yellows second race turned to wet at the very end, and then this race could start off wet and finish dry. It's been a bit of a change on every one.
Yeah, it certainly has been a mixed bag, and that was sort of what was laid out, when the season calendar came out, that this would be mixed conditions here. But yeah, to have pretty much no race exactly the same makes things difficult with sort of teams sharing information and things like that, but also makes the racing interesting and a bit spicy, which is what we love. So it is Scotty Rochford, who is currently on provisional pole with a 52.5 from Brickley, only 0.25 gap, so there's nothing in that. And we look at a Salveggio here, who's absolutely flying here. This will put him straight to the top of the timesheets, and does with a 50.6. So a track improving all the time. It definitely is going to be one of those on the right time, on the right tyre, at the right time, at the right part of the track. As Gosling now, he's 1.8 up on his best, so will jump up the sheet up to 5th position. Of course, a lot of these drivers now will be on their last laps and just trying to nail it. Looking at Ben Dyke in the Abomination. Or at least he's gone to green wheels this time, so I can handle the green wheels. Now he flies down to Ravazza and breaks it nice and straight in the Audi, also known as very much impossible to do. Then he'll flow it through the last turn and then just unleash that V10 and power it down the straight. Of course, the Audi is finishing up in GT3 racing. They, a couple of weeks ago, actually finished up their last ever GT3 car from the Audi factory. Of course, one of the most successful manufacturers in GT3 racing of all time. So looking back here at Scotty Rochford, can he find some time? He's got to find 1.9 seconds. This will be his last lap. I don't like his chances. So it may be 12th position on the grid for Scotty Rochford.
Got to ask about the Audi though, because I thought that was that's surprising that they'd shut down. I thought that they were like one of their most successful things. Like you wouldn't think that they'd shut it down.
Well, I don't think any of us thought they'd shut it down, but with them going into Formula One, and Formula One last time I checked is pretty expensive, as Salveggio goes quicker again with a 50.2. That's a very good lap. Oh, it's over. Qualifying's over. It's done. Salveggio is going to start from 11th position. That lap is not being beaten. Gormley will finish in 2nd. Brickley most likely will get through. We'll just see what Scotty Rochford does here in terms of improvement. Might pop him up to 3rd position. It does. So that's a good lap. In the Honda as well. So that's a mega lap, really. Back here with Brickley in that gorgeous Bentley. Now, really important here through Acqua Minerale. Just get a nice drive and then punch it up the hill. Lost a little bit of time there on the exit. So that's going to compromise him at the chicane, because it just makes you feel like you got to brake deeper now and you got to really fling it across the curbs, and that's what's happened, is bleeding time now, and that lap isn't going to be an improvement, but this one will be, and it's going to be quite a significant improvement as well here from Clopper. Of course, he'll be smarting after that race 1, so he'll be motivated to do a better race 2, and up in the 4th position. Nice lap.
I don't know if you saw that as well. Chalmers also pushed into 2nd place, which means that Rochford got pushed down to 4th. And Brickley on with a little bit of a better lap might be enough to get in front of Rochford. So Brickley, that's 2 AMs up in the top 5 there for the 2nd race, but that will push them down to the top 15.
Yes. So, looking at that track, no rain, but that is a wet track. Interesting.
Okay, so they're probably it's going to rain though in 30. They're probably better off going on dries though. That's
You
a
reckon?
difficult one. Yeah,
That's a
because
tricky
most of the
one.
race, most of the race is going to be dry. Oh, but the start's wet, the end's wet. Oh, yeah, no, that's.
But the big news is, of course, if you've just joined us, it is going to be an AM driver on pole position for race 2. That's going to be interesting to watch, and a completely agreed race roll there. Oh, my favourite thing though, just quickly get off there. My favourite thing in ACC is how the road looks in sunshine when it's wet. It is the best looking thing on the game by a mile.
Yeah, ACC graphics at its best right here. Jeez, I haven't seen this yet, like this, because I've never seen it get so sunny so quickly after rain. But that looks really, really nice. Are they
I'm going slicks.
They're gonna go for dry. No, they got to go for dry because look how quickly the track's going to dry out.
Yeah, that's
I
what I'm
don't know.
saying. Yeah, slicks. I'm going for slicks, 100%.
We're
I
just going to
think
see.
well, it's going to be so dicey here. This is tricky.
You're really going to see who it pays off for. We'll find out who's using wet and who's using dry. But this is, as Kamaris has said in the chat, experience will come out to play here. And that is very, very true. Because no matter what you choose, you're going to have a slidey race. Yeah,
exactly. And I mean, with that rain predicted in 30 minutes' time, that is literally, this is very interesting. What would you do?
I'd listen to everybody yelling at me and then probably end up on dries that are severely under pressure. But
I'd probably procrastinate myself for about 15 minutes and go.
I just hope nobody goes for the pits because it's definitely not worth pitting in a 30-minute race, no matter what you choose.
No,
really.
Exactly. I mean, you got to make a decision now. You're locked in. Now you can see a few cars just dropping down at the last second, so they're really leaving this to the last minute here. Oh, this is going to be a beauty.
I feel like you'll be able to tell pretty much lap 2 who's on wet and who's on dries.
Yeah.
Just that instant of who's sliding, who's kind of got more control.
I just think I'd take dries, just the way that sun come out so quickly. But the thing with the rain coming as well, it's going to cloud back up. Well, this is, Chat, be really interesting to hear what you all think as well, Would you take dries or take wets?
I do agree with you. The wet track with the sun out looks so good.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, now you've got me looking at it. I really admire it. Yeah.
So,
okay, as Race Control said, looking like a few cars on dry tyres. So it'll be interesting to see what is the play here, because that rain could come with 4 laps left, 5 laps left, and that could be very bad, or it could come with 2 laps left and you could be fine. Track does look like it's drying out, and as the cars do go around, it's going to dry out a lot quicker as well. So, as they do get moving, you got JP there in 10th position, so he's going to have a bit of a pack to fight through. And we'll see how well Igor does with the pressure starting in first as an AM class.
Definitely. Probably. Oh, hang on. Why did he? We're just having a look here. There he is. I was wondering where Igor went there for a second. I was getting worried. So, AM off pole. A Pro-Am off second off the grid. Then we've got Allison, Rashuti, Warren. So P1 and P2 are on wets. There we go. So we've got that. Very interesting. So they're going to scoot away at the early part of the initial phase of this race. Now, it does depend on how quick this track decides to dry out. Is going to be the critical part. If it dries out relatively quickly, then unfortunately they're probably going to have to come in. But if it takes a while to dry, or if it clouds over relatively quickly, then it might be the smart play. Look, based on what I'm seeing, I think dries is the smart option here.
But it might work out for Igor as well, because he is obviously an M class. There's definitely a skill difference between him and those drivers who are in 10th at the moment and stuff. So for him to be able to make up that space, if they're on dry tyres, could be the play here, so he can at least have that gap, gives him a bit more time, and could get him a better position at the end of race.
Yeah, that's true as well. I mean, there's a lot to play out here. It's going to be intriguing to see. And of course, those curbs as well, especially if you're on slicks, you're avoiding them for at least 2 to 3 laps. You're not going near them. But here they go. They are starting to form up. It is going to be Igor Zvaka leading the way from pole. Goeb there in second. Elton, Rashuti, Warren, Underwood, Johnson, Maddox, Rahali, and Sonikas are your 10, with Salvio and Chalmers just outside the 10. This is race 2, split red from round 5 from Imola in the Simrigs.com OOR Sprint Series. We are heading towards the end of another fantastic season. And this is our final race of the evening in some very interesting conditions. And we've got a very popular man on pole position. Hope he's had his McNuggets and he's ready to go. nugget now. As we're heading back with our race leader, the control line looks like just waiting. Got to be so patient and just wait for an age. Make sure you do go along your pit box. And we are racing and underway as they head off now down towards the Tamburello. They're going to go 3 wide. Of course they are. That makes perfect sense in these conditions. It's going to be who's super deep on the brake. Igor nails turn 1 though. Gets it absolutely perfect. He's going to run a little bit wide. He's going to lead the way through Tamburello. So that's a good start. Oh, in the background though, that's Goeb's gone. Goeb has gone around and it's absolute carnage. There's 3, 4 wide. Oh, Porsche's in the wall as well. That may be a safety car. Could be close. Looks like they have slowed down here. Safety car is called. I thought as much. Wow, that kicked off.
Well, that was good for Igor there. That he had quite a bit of a lead going off straight from turn 1 there. That was incredible moves from him, holding on to that as well, because you could see that the pack behind him were roaring to try to get past him, and he managed to hold on. But then, of course, the accidents happened. That's a lot, I'd say, from a lot of people being on dry tires in this current wet position. But you do see already the track's drying out, and this will not be great for those on wet tires already, having to deal with a safety car so early on. They're getting less time on a wet track, which means less time to make a bit of a gap on those with dry tires.
That is true, but this slower pace could just give them that little bit. Again, it really does depend. We did see rain in 30, so we've just got to keep a really close eye on this. I still think dry is the go, but of course we will. Who knows? We are really educated guessing here. Let's be honest. So it is Igor. He's got control of the field. He's got Underwood right behind him, Johnson, Rashuti, Addleton, Rahali, Sanika. So all these runners will be on dries for sure. Got ourselves a replay here. So what's happened? So Goeb just looks like he got a little bit loose there on the X and just got a bit of a touch on the rear, and then around she went. And then in the background, it was just evading action everywhere. Oh, so that was very messy.
I think that was a rejoin from Ralahi. He has come from Ralahi coming back on, has spun that other car around, which is, yeah, was a bit of an issue there. But I'm here to cheer on Igor as we do come around. The safety cars come in, and Igor has already begun the fast driving as they're coming back down the main straight. I guess this is a straight, not really, but they're coming along very, very quickly. And we'll see how long Igor can hold this lead for, hopefully the whole race.
Hopefully, but he's got a very quick driver behind him, the silver class driver that is Rob Underwood, and he's got Carl Johnson right behind him as well. So these two are going to kick off for round 7 of their heavyweight title fight. And Underwood, you can just see he's so confident with this Aston. He just knows where to place it. And you can see Igor's just starting to struggle a little bit already, just a little taily on the exit. As we're looking at JP here, as he goes around the outside of Tosa, that is a bold strat. Nearly pulls it off as well. Jeez, as Rahali goes super defensive early.
They both got around Addison there on
did.
that turn. That's very interesting. I wonder if Addison went a bit wide. They're both coming side by side, so that is a very dangerous spot to go side by side. We saw what happened last time, just a little bit of contact last time between the two drivers. I can't remember. Was that Underwood and Johnson?
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a very good push. And you see Igor looks like has lost the position to Underwood, and he's now got, who is that? Rashuti right behind him, I believe.
Yeah, so Rashuti's right behind him. Rashuti's going to want to get this done because he knows if Underwood gets out and gets a bit of a gap, he could drive away here, no more to play. So, but Igor, he has, just because he's got that AM badge next to him, he has absolutely no obligation to get out of the way. And he can drive as hard as he likes. So, get around it. It is nice to see a red plate up this high in the field. It is awesome to see. And he's doing a fantastic job, but he's got Rashuti right behind him, and Stefano definitely knows how to put the pressure on. And he's going to try and fire it straight up the inside of Tamburello, but Igor slightly leaves the door open, but then slams it shut. And Rashuti actually got a bit of a compromise to exit, and that's going to allow Carl Johnson now to close up. Oh, this is going to go 3 wide here, surely not. Played a bit smart here, gentlemen. Oh, Carl, that was not the line he wanted. That really compromised him on turn in. and that's allowed Brasciuti just to straighten it up and then have another crack at Eagle, and then right behind him they've got the super fast pair of Rahali and Simrigs. So Eagle's just starting to be a bit of a cork here, but if he can just hold on for as long as possible, there is starting a bit of a gap developing between Simrigs and Chalmers, so that might just put Pop Eagle in a nice little bit of clear air.
I'll tell you what I've noticed from watching Eagle this season. Oh gosh, that was kind of scary. From watching Eagle, he's a very good defensive driver. He's very good at defending against the others as soon as he's in front.
Carl.
Get past, and then you see Carl coming up on the inside. Oh, there's a tap there.
Wow. So that was a little bit more to break down. So Carl Johnson saw the move, went straight up the inside. It looked like that was a little bit hard to break down, but I'm sure we'll get a replay. So we are jumping on board here with. Oh wow! Oh, that's heart in the mouth stuff. That is a code brand if I've ever seen one, and that is a perfect rejoin as well. But wow, it's always scary when that happens, when you know you're getting your braking wrong and your braking markers wrong, and you just can see that other car coming out closer and closer, and the inevitable is going to happen. You're either going to go on the back of it or you're going to hit the wall.
Yeah, and it's I'd never enjoy when that happens. I almost had an experience like that with McLaren going into the middle chicane. I almost absolutely murdered them, but managed to get out of the way.
Oh, that'll be on Rahali. It looked a little messy there. Oh, jeez. How did Chalmers get through there? Holy, that was close.
Of course, never expect an accident, but you need to start to. As Igor is going to play, it looks like not defensive, or a little bit defensive here against Johnson. Don't think this will be really the place for a pass, but seeing the way that Igor took this last time, sitting up that close behind him might not be the smartest move. Igor does like to take this just a little bit slower through that part, but does get a great exit from it because of it. But you do see Underwood still in the sights, not too far ahead yet, meaning that if these cars are able to get around Igor, they might be able to make up that time and catch back up to Underwood.
Definitely. But he's doing a great job here, Igor, at the moment. He's making that McLaren definitely wider than an 80s style Big Mac. Yes, I've been holding on to that all race and been waiting to unleash on it. Of course, the Big Mac is the superior burger at McDonald's over the quarter panel. Yes. Oh, no, Igor, no! Oh, he's gone! Oh, dear, he took too much curb there. Don't know if there was a touch or that was just Igor getting a little bit aggressive with the throttle. Oh, that's a real shame. That's a real shame.
I like to believe it's because you said the Big Mac was better than the quarter pounder. But Igor's still up here at the top 5. He's going to be upset with that, though.
He'll be very upset. He's just got to keep his head down. There's still time, plenty of time. Heaps to play out in this race. If he can just maybe get behind Chalmers there and, just pick a few things up from Pete, he might be all right. But he can still get this top 10, 100%.
It's still in there, and
a lot of love in the chat for him as well, which is great to see. Here we go. Too much curb? Yes, thought so.
Oh no. On for a really good race then. He's still in there, top 6, still in the top 10. A lot of time between him and 10th place, so definitely enough for him to be able to keep it with 21 minutes left. That looks interesting from Malahi. I don't know how the stewards are going to feel about a pass if he makes that pass here after doing that track limits there.
Yeah, that's normally not... it's normally pretty frowned upon that, gaining a position from track limits. So just got to be careful. Looking here at Pete Chalmers, very solid. Actually, that's a very solid drive from Pete in 5th position. He'll be pretty stoked with that. And here is Carl Johnson kind of running in 2nd position. No, the Big Mac didn't do... No, I'm not... No, I will not have any Big Mac slander, thank you.
And also to look, Adderton all the way down in 20th. I'm wondering if there was more of an... I don't remember him fully crashing.
No, I don't either. So that's a bit of an interesting. Something's obviously happened there. Probably need a debrief under the race in regard to that, as we've got ourselves another replay. Now, what's going... Oh, yes, Carl, yes,
That was beautiful.
car control. That was impressive.
Okay, so that's why Relahi was up on the side and had to go off the track. So that, okay, I can understand the stewards not wanting to be upset about that because it was avoiding an accident. So good on Carl for keeping that on the track there. And Relahi, that avoidance was also very, very good. So that's a good way through. Yeah, so now we're going to see whether the dry tyres will work or the wet tyres, as the track is drying out quite a lot. I believe we're now on just a damp track. There's still definitely water out there, but doesn't look too wet anymore.
Yeah, this is when you'll see the dry runners definitely chasing that moisture, cool those wets off. Now you'll see the dry runners now. Oh, there we go. Oh, JP, a 15-second penalty for lap 1. Okay, there we go. Don't think we saw that. So we'll keep an eye. I didn't see. Did you see anything?
I didn't see anything that JP caused. I'd be interested to maybe if we could get a replay of that. But yeah, I don't remember seeing him involved in any incidents.
What that has done, though, it's lit the wick under JP here because he has now seen it. 15 seconds. He's got work to do. And now we're going to see JP enter JP mode.
We are about to see some fast lap times.
Yep. When this guy gets the bit between the teeth and needs Hollywood numbers, watch this. As Underwood now gets a 15-second penalty. So the penalties are starting to come in thick and fast. Oh, what's happened here? Rahali and Simrigs have gone off. Oh, they've had another moment. Oh, there will be some emotion attached to that. Make no mistake. What this has done, I tell you what, Carl Johnson, out of nowhere, is in the box seat here. You were right. The race has gone off. These conditions have absolutely thrown a spanner in the works. Here's lap 1. What's good? Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough.
I mean,
Yep.
I'm not going to argue that though. It was a bit of a rejoin, but also like there's not much place for Relahi to go. He's not just going to stop. It's yeah, that is a difficult one. I can see why the stewards would make that call.
Yep.
Yep, definitely a bonk there.
Played the 5th, and we are moving on. So it is Underwood leading away, but he's carrying a 15-second invoice from Carl Johnson, who is absolutely in the box seat now. He'll be loving life. And then Sonika in 3rd, but he's carrying a pen as well. And then Rahali, Chalmers, Zavaka, Warren, Rashudi, and Rochford and Brickley are your 10. There's 17 minutes remaining. And look at this. It is starting to get darker all of a sudden again. This may play out beautifully for Igor. He could have absolutely rolled the dice here and nailed it. This is going to be really interesting to watch. And there's rain in 10. Rain in 10. Oh, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your popcorn, grab your favourite beverage, and sit down for 16 minutes of pure entertainment.
So this is where it does matter on what tyres they chose, and obviously track not even dry yet, so it will go straight back to wet. So wet tyres did seem to be the play for this one. Yeah, these dry tyres have really not done enough for any of the dry tyre drivers. I'm not sure who is on dries, actually, because it's been pretty even throughout. But that is rain already?
Not rain, but it is getting dark very, very quickly. The track is still wet. The track is wet.
Oh, the track's fully wet, not even damp. So, yeah, wet tyres were the way to go.
Oh, if Eagle's on wet, I'd love to see his face right about now. He would have the biggest grin on his face. But this is, with 15 minutes remaining, there is a lot to play out here.
Yep.
So, halfway through the race, it is Underwood leading the way from Carl Johnson, Sonika there in 3rd, Rahali in 4th, Chalmers in 5th, Zavaka in 6th, Rashudi there in 7th, who has the fastest lap as well. Warren in 8th, Rochford in 9th, and Brickley there in 10th, with Gobe and Mannix just outside the 10, and it is clouding over all the time. Oh, Carl Johnson just gets the exit horribly wrong there out of Ravazza, and that's going to allow JP to slide it up the inside. I don't think Carl's going to fight this too much. He is thinking bigger picture already. He's just got to manage that gap now. Just a bit of gap management. Just be smart. And he has got this in the bag, but he does have Rahali behind him, so he's just got to keep one eye in the mirror as well. And down the bottom there, we've got a bit of a battle here between Igor and Rashudi, and Igor does leave the door open, but then jams it shut, and there's nowhere to go there, Stefano. I wouldn't even think about trying that, and they will resume their battle again.
Yes,
Wow.
very good driving. Maddox in the pits, wondering if that's a tyre change or whether that was a RTG. That is 12th place. Yeah, slowly losing positions now. That is a 15-second penalty for Relahi, which means as long as Johnson's able to keep within the 15 seconds of Underwood, that's a pole for Johnson, and that could put a 1-2 for Johnson and Chalmers.
It could be. So that'd be a Kovacs 1-2. And there is potential for Igor to finish off the podium. You have got to be kidding me.
This race just keeps getting better and better.
Chat's surely got to get excited now. We all thought, oh no, you know, Igor, what's happened? And now all of a sudden the race is starting to come back to him. It's wet. He's on the right tyre. There goes the wipers. It is raining, everyone. It is raining. And we've got 13 minutes remaining. Oh, boy.
Oh, this is certainly going to be interesting. You see Sonicus getting these quick laps, 145. Obviously, as the rain comes in, nobody's really going to be hitting those times anymore because the rain's just going to be destroying everything. But this is where it all comes together. This is what it all comes down to. The last 13 minutes of the race, shooting up the inside to overtake Zavaka, which has worked for now. And you also do have Warren approaching very quickly in the Porsche, which does function pretty well in the wet, especially at a track like Imola. This is where it all does matter, though, as we do come into the final 12 minutes.
We certainly do. This is intriguing how this is all playing out. These conditions, they just throw up results you don't expect. So it is Underwood leading the way from Sonicus, but you know what? It is Carl Johnson that is in the net winning position at the moment. In net second is Chalmers, and Rashudi is in net third at the moment. But the way this race has unfolded, who knows what's going to happen? And that rain is going to increase steadily throughout the race. So those on the wets now would be absolutely licking their chops. Chops.
And there's definitely not any really huge gap in the top 10 either. The biggest being 7 seconds up in 9th position, which is Rochford to Warren. But yeah, there's not really any major gaps, which means that it's going to be putting those with 15-second penalties quite a bit down on the list. So we'll see whether Sonicus does manage to overtake Underwood and maybe make enough of a gap to push out maybe a possible top 5, which could happen.
Definitely could. And in terms of championship, look, it's not going to change too much. Even with Maddox sort of having his issues there as well, he's got a nice, comfortable lead in terms of the Silver Class Championship. So this is really, everyone, just to throw down. What it does do, though, the Pro-Am Championship is the spicy one. So Chalmers needs this result because Underwood is there, and there's only, what's that? Do some quick maths. 14 points between them. So there's heaps to play out here, and Igor is defending like his life wouldn't depend on it. As he's doing a great job, like really solid job. These are the drives that do get you these promotions. These are those moments that now everyone looks at and go, oh, I remember that when he absolutely drove beautifully in the wet. This is what will get you the promotion. as we are looking a bit of screen and screen. I've got Salavijo at the moment, and he's got Ben Deek right behind him. That's down in 13th and 14th. And Ben Deek in the absolute abomination. Oh, Salavijo, how do you hold on to that? Wowee. So there's quite a lot to play. Again, still 10 minutes remaining, so there is heaps that can happen in 10 minutes in these conditions. And it is proper raining out there now.
And the drivers on this grid also all look like very, very good drivers. They've just, except for those few little penalties, which just do come when you do race as well. It's nothing about being a bad driver there. That just can happen with everything. But they are pushing out hard, and it's looking good. I would say, yeah, I'd agree. Tonight has shown that Igor is probably ready to move up into the next classification of Pro-Am. It's been an incredible drive, and he's maybe a little bit under pressure tonight, and he's shown what he can do. But yeah, very, very good race from Igor Zavaka as he is taking on Warren, which the Porsche does get out in front, and I would assume we'll have better braking into this first turn here. The Macca not really going to do much against the Porsche in the wet.
No, the Porsche, yeah, exactly. Oh, there's even calls for, instead of Pro-Am, not straight to Pro for Igor. Wow, there we go. Oh, that's very good from you, Lucas. That's very good. I'll give you that one.
Very, very nice, Lucas.
So it is Carl Johnson currently in that first position, but it is Underwood leading out on track at the moment. And, of course, with that championship as well, that's going to hurt Underwood's chances. He had a real opportunity to gain some ground on Chalmers, but Chalmers just driving, as we know Pete Chalmers to drive, just solid, keeping it nice and consistent, and Underwood's about to have a very fired up JP Sonicus right behind him and driving like a man possessed. Do you reckon he goes for it, or do you reckon he just sits behind him? Like he's got
no he'll
real
go for it.
He'll go, of course he will.
He'll go for it. there's no facing it. He's going to want to try to make as much time as he can, and that will require passing Underwood. Though I did do a little bit of maths in my head then, and I believe just possibly that Chalmers might just be out of second place range from Underwood.
Ooh. Oh, what's happened there? Ooh. Oh, that again, that looked really strange here on the exit of Tamburello on the final part of the chicane, and JP just got all out of shape, and must have been contact there, or something's happened, because that was definitely a lap by. So I'm sure we'll get a replay of it as Klopper picks up a 10-second penalty. But I wonder what happened there. I just caught it at the corner of my eye. I was coming with the timing screen, but something's definitely out. As that is Salavijo taking the extreme wide route. That's the Italian Alps, or also known as the Dolomites route.
That is braking late into that turn, which can happen very easily. I've been sent off a couple times there during the wet practice that I did, which was 5 minutes of it.
Yep, it's proper pissing down now. These are those conditions where you just... these are the conditions I actually don't like. When it gets real wet, I hate driving this stuff. It's horrible.
This is where the puddles appear, and you don't know where's safe anymore on the track.
You just don't feel right. Nothing feels right. The car's sliding everywhere. You're just not getting any feel through the steering whatsoever. Oh, it's horrible. Here we go. On board here with JP. So he's doing a bit of adjustments on the steering wheel. Oh, so... yeah, that was weird. Okay.
Oh, you know what I think happened there? The Aston has gone onto the curb on the exit and has had wheel spin, so the traction controls kicked in, which meant he had a slower takeoff out of the turn.
Yeah.
And Sonicus, who's just had full track, has had a faster takeoff, but was also extremely loose coming out of it, meaning that he had pretty much nowhere to go.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those weird ones, as Klopper gets a 15-second penalty as well. Oof, that won't make him impressed. But we are looking at your provisional race leader at the moment. It is Carl Johnson in that beautiful white Kovacs Bentley, currently in third on track, but with penalties to play out, leading the way. And he'll be very happy with that. And it looks like Rahali, who's carrying a penalty as well. So based on our numbers, Chalmers probably might not get second though. But again, we're not. I don't do maths on. Oh, Rahali, geez, wowee, that's right out sideways.
Yeah, look, it's very difficult to tell because the 15-second penalty is obviously at a whole different change. And Underwood, I believe, did not have to give the position. I think he gave it away knowing that it was probably not the greatest idea to try to hold a JP up at this point.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's one of those things where he might have felt like he was holding him up. So he just opened the wheel, and I mean, it's such a tricky thing. These drivers, they're making split-second decisions, all while driving at high speed in conditions like this. So I definitely don't. I don't think. Yeah, it's a hard one to say, but I think maybe he just thought, maybe I'll just let him go.
If Chalmers is able to gain a second, he should be able to, or a second or two, he should be able to make it within the 15-second range. Should.
Okay, so
he's got to gain a second, and so does Johnson. Johnson also needs to be keeping some speed up. And there's another penalty there for Sonicus, which does open it up more for a likely 1-2 for Johnson and Chalmers.
Here we go. So that's really opened it up now. So Johnson, that is pretty much confirmed it. Oh, Pete, that's one way to get around Villeneuve. Just absolutely right outside race. That was borderline out of control. But it was fine. He's fine. Look, he's fine. Here we go. We're on board with the nice low-down camera view. This is some real artistic stuff here. Because we do have two people operating the cameras, and that's what's allowing us to get some of this quality entertainment here.
Seems some people are confused. Is that confusion for the penalty for JP there? Which
I think
still hasn't gotten.
I think which he still hasn't gotten, so it might be getting reviewed there. We'll leave that. We won't speculate, as we are bored with Pete Chalmers, who's getting a big hurry up here from Rashudi. Oh, it's been a huge touch. Oh, Pete's got the elbows out, hip and shoulder style, and just said, "No, I'm Tony Lockett at this." That's an AFL reference for those who don't know. And just said, "No, I am getting to this football first," and then decides to run it off the track, and that's going to allow Rashudi to go, "Thank you, I'll take some of that."
Not to take it out, but Igor also still in the top 10 at the moment, which is a great racing from Igor. Here's a replay of Rochford, and they've followed each other off the track.
Wow.
Train and carriage.
That was sympathetic right there. I was like, "Oh, you're going. Oh, look, I'll come and join you."
Oh. Very.
So
sorry, I'm laughing
Igor still in the 8th. That I think might be an 8. It depends. It's all these gaps still got to play out, so we won't make any predictions. But Pete Chalmers currently there in first. So there is our leader on track at the moment. It is JP, who's currently carrying a 25-second invoice. Now in second position on the road is Underwood, who is carrying a 15-second invoice. Third on the road is the one and only Carl Johnson. He is carrying no invoices. He is good to go. Next on the road is Rahali, who's carrying a 15-second invoice. Next on the road from Rahali is Rashudi, who is clean and good to go. Oh, that gap's going to be interesting to watch between Rashudi and Rahali. We'll keep an eye on that as well. And then Chalmers right behind him. And then behind Chalmers is Warren. And then Igor currently in 8th position. Get around him. And then Goeb there down in 9th in the psychedelic Mustang. And then Scotty Rushford in the Honda is in 10th. And that is your 10 with 20 seconds remaining on the big bad clock. I was going to say the rocket clock then. I was getting play school vibes. Igor,
and
don't do that. Come on. On the track, son.
You got this. You got a 24-second gap. You could keep this 24-second gap. Let's go. It's only one more lap. With currently Sonicus has passed the line and is heading up towards the middle of the track. So there's half a lap done for
This
the
will be the
finishing
last.
race.
Yep. Oh, Carl just sliding it around. I think he's enjoying himself now. He knows what's coming. He knows that this victory is nearly there. He's got probably, 2.5 kilometres to go of this magnificent Imola racetrack. This evening's racing has been very interesting. It has been mixed conditions. There's been a lot of sort of Barney rubble, and there will be some words, I have no doubt, after this in terms of some of the driving this evening. But what it has produced is some absolutely entertaining racing. It has been a joy to watch this evening as JP now heads off down towards Ravazza. And we'll break it nice and straight. Shouldn't be any issues here. Geez, that a little bit messy there on the final lap. And we'll accelerate out. Has he built enough gap to still get a solid position? He will still lead the championship and should win his 150,000 as we look at a Bison there on the finish line. Second will be Underwood, but our race winner based on penalties that have to be served is going to be the one and only Carl Johnson, and will take the victory. Great drive, Carl. Rahali will finish 4th on road. Rashuti will finish 5th on the road, but again, everything needs to play out. Chalmers will finish there in 6th on the road. Oh no, yes, it is Chalmers. Then Warren, and then the one and only Igor Zavaka in the Macca's is going to finish in 8th on the road, and that is a magnificent drive. Get around him. He'll be stoked with that. Make sure you check Discord, everyone, because I reckon the celebration will be epic to read. And Scotty Rochford will finish in 9th, and Goeb will finish in 10th.
Can we say what a great drive from Gobby there? He got spun on lap 1, I believe. He came back into top 10, which is a great drive there from him as well. So it's been pretty great all the way around on the field tonight. Once again, Igor, brilliant race, driver of the day for me. That is not what you want after the finish line. Okay.
No.
But great drive from Igor today. That is my driver of the day, at least. What would you say for yours?
Igor, 100%. I will give a little bit of a shout out though to Carl Johnson. I spoke to Carl before the race, and he's always a lovely bloke to do, so it is nice to see him get the W. But yeah, Igor, driver of the week. Yeah, couldn't agree more. I think, get around him, everyone. Make sure you all jump around him in the Discord. That'll make him feel he'll feel pretty chuffed, which is great to see. It's nice to see one of the good guys get a solid result, and that Pro-Am badge, I reckon, is incoming next season.
Yeah, surely. But yeah, great racing from a lot of these drivers tonight. And we do have our race results. Did you want to read them out, or?
Oh, yours, mate.
Oh, mine. So here we have for race 1, the leaders of all of them was Sonicus finishing first, with Relahi finishing second, followed by Maddox in third. That is our race 1 winners. Silva gets Maddox for first, Johnson for second, and Warren for third. That is our silver. Pro-Am has Underwood in first position, followed by Gobby, and then followed third by Klopper. And then finally for the AM, you have Igor Zavaka in first, and O'Brien in second, and Gormley in third. That is our AM result for race 1. We will move over now to race 2. Our overall results: Johnson, followed by Underwood, and then followed by Rashuti. Chalmers making it only into 5th. Here we go for Silva. Johnson in first, followed by Warren, followed by Ben Dyke? Ben Dyke, yep, we'll go with that. Pro-Am, we've got Underwood, Chalmers, and Rochford. That's our Pro-Ams right there. And for our amateurs of race 2, we have Igor Zavaka, followed by Brickley, followed by Gosling. What a great race again for Igor and for all the drivers tonight. And that is great for our second last race of this series. How are you feeling about that?
Oh wow, that was definitely an interesting night racing. There was a lot to unpack there, but some really great driving, some great results as well. There will be some emotional incidents, of course, but as always, make sure you jump in your replays, watch the replay, have a bit of a think, and then come back with what you think about all the incidents. But yeah, other than that, it's been an absolute ripping night. Yeah, Split Blue was great. Split Red was awesome as always. Keen for next week at Bathurst, but a big thank you does go, of course, to the one and only Benjamin Hignett for the fantastic pictures you have been seeing, and his little mate beside him. Is that Hamilton? I don't know. Hamilton's coming.
That's Hamilton.
Yeah, it was Hamilton coming over for dinner. So big thank you to them. Huge thank you to our awesome stewarding team, and of course, best on ground as always is the one and only Chat. But other than that, thank you, Loopty. It's been fun as always, my friend. Thank you to Hobbsy as well. Other than that, you've been watching OOR and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye.